having Foxy Mobile's unlimited social media, I'm well into these backcracking.
Hello everyone. Give me a second. Lower the volume. I hope you're having a good weekend. We are back with the next game in our installment, Fight Battles. Window. I'm still having a coffee, waking myself up, so get into it. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. Welcome Hannah. Nana. Welcome Crack Kieran. Well, yeah, we're on for a good game today. We're on for a very good game. Numbers are low, but that's fine. It happens. Down the line of 4 people in, and end up with a healthy amount of players. But if we start off with 10 versus 10, I mean 20 people, Factorio is more than enough to get one started. So thanks for joining me right at the very beginning of this. As you know, it goes on for sometimes quite some time. So yeah, and I think I'm going to do a double stream today. I'm going to stream some Witcher later. I was going to play some Foxhole, but we won the war. Collies have it. One of the fastest wars that's ever existed. State of Foxhole. So it wasn't all me. It was all me. It wasn't me at all. But I'm learning the game and I'm loving it. Next one starts on Sunday, and I think I might be doing some Foxhole stream. A bit of a nerdy game, but I'm loving it. It's like a little mini series of how my war went, how many times I got blown up by my own team. Spoiler alert, it's a lot. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about, firstly, how great I am, obviously. And secondly, we're here to talk about the game that is about to unfold. Normal game is over, so we're going to be rolling map. I see more and more people joining us, so hopefully the numbers start to pump themselves up. And a new addition to my stream I've worked so tirelessly on is, and I think you need BTTV installed to see this, but I've got some more. What? I got desynced. Bruh. Right, that's it. Stream's over. Time to go home. Done. I don't know. Fight battle saved. Oh, I do now, I guess. Yeah, I improved the stream a little bit and working on improving. Yeah, I'm learning how to be a streamer. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. It's harder than I initially thought. So there's lots of little things you can do in the background to try and help yourself out. And I'm learning what they are. So video balance, making sure I'm not overly lighting my microphone, like staying away from the mic. Shoot the volume. What's up to you? How's it going, mate? We need to keep going with our satisfactory run as well. That's a good shout. But yeah, I think I never played The Witcher all the way through, and still today want to get that off the ground as well as like a story game I can get into. So the furthest I ever got with that was baby quest, find like a demon baby for somebody. So yeah, not exactly sure like where it goes from there, but I've heard big things. Great game. Yeah, we'll get into that later. But for now, we're here with Vita Battles. Moment, if I just wipe away on. This is the map that I believe we've chosen. Almost a healthy number of players here. If 90% of these people get into the game, we're looking at 10v10 or more at the beginning of this game. So I say this every week, don't feel like you need to stay for the whole thing, but we're going to be here for nice open setup. Main base play. Really nice copper, very generous coal, tons of iron, and a healthy stone pad. People are commenting on how empty the moment it is, but you're not always going to get the best. Oh, I can't type right. Discord. I'm still drunk from breakfast. That's terrible. Can't type at all. As it goes normally, once the early game's out. So, we're going for an interesting. Uranium ore again, very close to main. Got a couple of lakes in the way, but I'm not worried about this. This isn't too bad for a standard map. Some decent frontline resources. Okay, I'm not going to vote for this. I wouldn't reroll this map. I like this map. The only thing you could have a problem with is a lake near me. That's the problem, really. There we go. Yeah, lakes near the front side with a decent amount of copper, some stone, some coal, some oil. You could definitely build a defender base up here, as I'm sure somebody will if they want to go and threat farm. The east, the west has it for outposting. Potentially, if you go a bit further out, if you were to end up in this area, it would take you a while to get here and to set up. This area would certainly offer you good outposting possibilities because there's a good amount of coal, oil, iron. Need a lot of abundance of a rocket off the ground. Will we see a rocket this game? Hard to say. Numbers that we have, potentially we're looking at a slower paced game. Or numbers that we have, crank the difficulty up, go hammer and nail, hammer and tongs, and we absolutely smash the place up. Eagle Psych, thank you for the follow. Marco E123, thank you for the follow as well. That happened a couple of days ago, but I appreciate the support. We're a small channel, and I'd like to keep it that way. I enjoy the fact that I can talk to you guys. Yeah, it kind of like lost spamming. Like I'm trying to watch a Dota at the moment, and 150,000 people watching one stream at a time. And as much as I'd love those numbers, and I certainly deserve them, I just wouldn't know what to do with it. Oh, you'd almost have to ignore chat, and then you've got moderators that need to come in and make sure nobody's doing too much. Oh, Satisfactory, nice load up. Hi Blitzy, nice to have you with us. Yeah, I think you just have to have a team of moderators, and it's all a bit much. What do you think about the playing numbers today? We're a little bit low. I'm not saying that indicates that we're going to have a crap game, but certainly about 10 to 15 people that are missing. MIA. If I can generate some interest, but generally speaking, people might just not. You're missing as well. I see. People will join down the line, as is the standard issue for us. You're never gonna. There was one game where we started with 30 on 30. We promoted the hell out of that game. We really did. But for like 2 weeks straight, we were aiming for this day, at this time, the biggest game that we've ever had is going to happen. There's a VOD of that on my YouTube. We got up to 33 versus 33. So 66 people playing against each other. It's kind of wild because, as most of you know, Blitzy, you are fake news. Welcome to the server as well as to this. To get a team of 3 to 4 friends to play Factorio and just build a base and maintain that base and maintain that run all the way to the end of the game. Difficult at best. But now, we're about to see a 2 to 4 hour game where both teams will get all the way to the end of the game. You'll have multiple teammates to play with. So even if you just aren't interested in the biter battle element of this game, and you just like playing and building bases, place to be. Because every week or every day, there's a new one, a new kind of puzzle to unlock with different lakes in the way, different resource allocation. Who will master this? I actually have I've been cooking up some stuff about mixed builds, so I'm gonna unleash. Oh, maybe we do that. Luckily, Satisfactory crashed. You're not wrong. Although I'm currently playing a little bit of Satisfactory with Crazy Toucan, and I'm loving it, dude. It's such a chill game, so chill. I want to get all the way. The furthest I've gotten is coal, all the way up to coal. So I don't know how far you are in your factory, Blitzy, but we might need a spare pair of hands to help us build because we've just started automating. Yeah, welcome. And people aren't sure. We need to get the word out. We don't promote Captain on our Discord, I feel. I used to make posters and stuff and hype stuff up, and yeah, I think we need to start promoting a bit. Head math, yes. And the thing is, I'm not like, it's going to be spaghetti to begin with, obviously. But I want to kind of create like different factory floors. So like a smelting floor, and like a copper area, iron area, and then create levels to your factory. And also areas of your factory that do more advanced components. I love the idea of just like loading up a train full of components halfway across the map for it to be. I don't need it to be the most efficient factory at all. I want to have fun making. I don't want everything one place. What up, Frabs? Hey, I hope you're having a good weekend, mate. I'm finally clear of COVID, thank fuck. Oh, you're not meant to swear in the first 10 minutes of your stream, apparently. Alright, I learned this. If you swear in the first couple of minutes of your stream and it goes up onto YouTube, you get algorithmed to death. And I've realised that the videos of mine that have got thousands of views compared to the videos of mine that have got hundreds of views are literally the case that I swear in the first 5 minutes of the game. Like, I sat down in the beginning of a stream going, oh fuck. And it algorithmed me away from everybody. I got put on the naughty step by YouTube somehow. Not that numbers matter. It doesn't really matter if you even 10. Well, I appreciate anybody watching, but we just unlocked belts. Proof. It makes me happy to build a factory. Yeah, mate. This is an open invitation to any of you out there that want to play Satisfactory. I've got a run going at the moment. I've just started. I'd like to stream it, but I don't have to. I just want to play all the way through that game. So, yeah, if you're wanting to get involved, like dip in and out like once a week, or just commit like half an hour at a time to just a little mini project, feel free to give me a shout on Discord, because I love that game. And do you know what? I love automation games. I've recently come to terms with the fact that my days of playing competitive games aren't behind me. I still load them up every now and again in Dominate, but I don't care anymore. It doesn't matter to me that I'm not the top rank, or that there's somebody out there who assumes they're better than me and wrongly, falsely claiming that they're better than I am, which is obviously fake news and not true. But I'm loving automation games. I played Foxhole for a whole war recently, and I fucking love Ice War again. Brilliant. Thanks, YouTube, algorithming me. It doesn't matter. Who cares? I'll just put the video as 18 plus. Yeah, Foxhole's awesome game, mate. Awesome game. I was doing Logi and then doing factory stuff. So even if you don't want to be on the front line shooting tanks and all that jazz, like every artillery shell that I shot out of a gun, I made, and I had to ship that up to the front line, put it on a truck, drive that truck to the front line, not dying obviously. And behind this 120mm cannon, just raining havoc down on the enemy, watching their buildings collapse, and then eventually we get counter artilleried as well. And yeah, there's something different about that game. Most people on here just play the same stuff with different skins. Hey dude, skin it to win it. I mean, I've got some of the best skins in the game. and the factory must grow. They have like signs now, like you can really personalize your factory. So I might make a very biter battles friendly satisfactory factory. Obviously we will get into this game. I believe at the moment they're just trying to decide what we want to do. Slightly lower player numbers at the moment, so we're trying to figure out what game mode we want to play in terms of difficulty and how we split the player base. We'll obviously have a captain on either side and we'll pick I can want happy to ref, always happy to ref. And we seem mixed in terms of whether or not we want to have a captain's game. I don't mind reffing, boys. Oh, the stacking is real. That's the... Yeah, the stacking is going to be real if we have a community game. We could like low numbers isn't a problem. If like a week and just play on more people, and more people will turn up. Obviously, no, we're not going to be looking at numbers for. Some people wait until the game is old. But that's the issue that we have as well, isn't it? Everybody wants to play, but nobody wants to pick teams. I find that quite interesting. You know, everybody wants to have fun, but nobody wants to take charge of the fun. Oh, pianodons, mate. I'll tell you a story right now as we wait for this to formulate. No, I'm not playing. I'm reffing, I'm streaming, I can't then play as well, because we'll only catch one side of the game. First ever time I played Factorio, I went onto Discord, and I asked if I could join somebody building their factory. There was a guy on there, I forget his name, I think his name was Benji, I might be wrong. And Benji was running pianodons, and I had no idea, I had never even built a normal factory in Factorio before. He was like, yeah, just join me, you're a new player, I can show you what's going on. Oh, pianodons is amazing. It is mind-meltingly difficult at times when you realise that you need like dirty fish water for a certain like object, and to build dirty fish water you need like salt and all these extra components. But once it gets rolling, once the ball starts to slowly get some momentum, so fun. Just finding a new area to create another construction block and then plugging in your trains to make sure that it all kind of syncs up well, and figuring out kind of like, oh mate, pianodons is... Maybe we do a pie run. I don't know if you guys would actually want to watch me play Factorio. That's after the battle. I know that a lot of you guys come because of biter battles. I've always wanted to try out some of these more developed DLC, the kind of more modded side of life. But I think that starts with me playing through normal Factorio and just get to a rocket. Get all the way up to a rocket and then start off one of these mods. And it might be pie straight away. It might be pie. Hey Sailor, how's it going? Hope you're having a good weekend. Well, the thing I would open it to, I could have like Ghosty server and then just put the password into chat, and then whoever wants to join can join. Like, I don't mind. And if anybody grieves, they'll be banned and added to the list. Which is a joke, by the way. If anybody thinks that I've got like some psychopathic list of people I don't like, I don't. It's just a joke. It's a joke. But I've already algorithmed myself out of YouTube, so terrible. Oh, I hate when. So yeah, cut fingers suck. I used to chef, and the worst injury you could ever get is nicking the end of a finger you use a lot. All of a sudden, you have to put a bandage on. You have to put a big glove on. It's awful. Awful. 36 days until 2.0. Oh, dude, is that with the crab bosses? I might be wrong here, so apologies if I'm overhyping this, right? I swear, and I didn't make this up, and I wasn't taking drugs, I was definitely not drunk. I swear to God, I saw a video of Factorio where there was this crab boss, wait, bear with me, or it like a starfish type crab thing, right? I'm badly explaining this, but I'm really excited about it because if this is a thing, we have a new enemy type, and it spawned other flying crab things. And if that's the case, we are now StarCraft, and I want to play as the Terrans, and I want to fight the Zerg. I'm in. I probably should. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Factorio streamer, and I don't read any of the stuff they put out. Do you know what? I will, Colonel Will. I promise you, mate, because you've mentioned it now. You've kind of outed me. I need to kind of back my stuff up a little bit more. Pentapods. Oh, right. They have a name. Sorry, Frabs. I did get your message. I never did the normal Pianodon. Straight went to the hard mode. Not melon. Yeah, I want to be honest. Like, it was probably about 10 hours in before it started to feel. Binge is the game. This is, if there is a game to binge, it's going to be this. Not just Biter Battles, but they evolved from... right, they're angry, large starfish cousins, and they're coming for us. Yeah, I watch you two guys play. Your factory is really growing and coming along. Like, how are you finding... Are you a native to Factorio, or is the whole automation thing new to players, say? Because some people like automation games are like what they grew up with, and you know, even like train simulator games and stuff where you know, you're kind of organizing logi and all that jazz. I kind of fell into them, and I've got to be honest, I love them. Mountain Fortress, I've heard many things about Blitzy, but don't So what's going on? Sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but we're not organizing, and we're normally very organized. More people are joining. We could start a game now. Yeah, I find that some people, you learn to love it. Like, you land and you're like, why am I doing this? Why am I not shooting stuff or getting kill streaks? And why isn't my score popping up and flashing on the screen? Then all of a sudden you build like a little mini thing, and you're like, hang on a minute, I did that. You know, I made that happen, and now I need a different resource to make a different thing, and how the hell do I do that? And what I love about playing with new players in Factorio is you don't have to handhold them. You just need to go, hey mate, what happens if I put an inserter next to a belt, next to a furnace? What happens there? And what happens if you have lots of them? And all of a sudden you can see a beginner's mind just like explode with like, oh my god, I can make a whole line of this, and then I can make a whole line of those buildings, and then we're making a bus. And all of a sudden we're building a bus base, and it's really cool. Like, I love seeing people interact with games like that. It warms my heart. It's why I take on new players in games all the time, because I remember what that joy is like, and that jubilation of clicking, and you're just like, this is the best thing I've ever done. This is amazing. I want to do more of this. And how do I do more of this? And if I do want to do more of this, like, what do I need? And yeah, I've left people on service, so we've started a new game with a player. I've gone, all right, mate, that's about an hour for me. I can't really do much more, but I'll be back on after dinner. And then I jump back on, and they have just done so much. They have just grinded it, and it's like, oh my god, let me show you this is my plastic factory, and this is my concrete factory, and you're just like, mate, I'm so happy for you. I'm happy you found some joy in life. Obviously, life can be difficult. I don't want to preach, but it can be for some people at certain times. Remember, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, but it's nice to find some joy in life. Happiness, really hard to define, hard to find, and those of you that are out there that are happy, I'm happy for you as well. Joy, little bits of joy, little nuggets or sparkles of joy that pop up into your life every now and again are worth holding on to as long as they stay there. 7 or 8 friends back in school. Oh, he's been planning for a week. Oh, damn. Is that like pen and paper out, you know, sketching out designs and stuff? Oh, there's no slower learner than me. If I can do it, Sailor, you definitely do. You got this. You got the thing. You can do all the things that you want to do. It just takes some time to learn how to do them. And if it's 5v5, grow. They don't, because Jimmy only wants to captain if More than 10 on his team. Got you. Let's see. I've only just seen that. I had to explain to my coworker what factorial is, and he just said you go home to do work after work. Yeah, but it's fun work though. No, it's fun work. At least that's the way my brain has trained me to look at this. With Helmod, he put them all down at last stream, but with Factory needed to build everything. Oh. Got you. Yeah. Do you know what it is? I was like a big Lego kid. Meccano, Lego. And I used to sit down with my parents. This is a great memory for me personally. My mum and dad would have a big box of Lego, but it didn't have any like plans. It was like, let's build a dragon, let's build a house, let's build a... Yeah, it wasn't, there was never structure into it. It was like, can we make a big castle? And then all of a sudden it's like, well, here are the bricks. You know, get going. Like, I'll see you in 5 minutes and see what you got. Where the little doorway's gonna go? And if we're fighting dragons on the top, where are we gonna have like cover? And I don't know, man. I think I really appreciate the fact that they fostered a sense of curiosity, creative curiosity. And I think that's why I love video games, because they all have Lego factor in the fact that you need to build those mental blocks in your own head. How do I do this? How do I achieve? Architecture student. Yeah, oh my god. I do go down those rabbit holes every now and again. How do they put down together? How do they put dams together? How do they build certain structures? How do they keep things from not falling? Oh, yeah. I think in a new life, in a different life, I probably am an engineer of sorts. Although I was a chef, and that's technically a culinary engineer, because you are processing, smelting food. I've never looked at it like that. I'm smelting chicken in order to make fried chicken, in order to serve fried chicken to my people. I'm a potato engineer because I'm peeling them, chopping them, boiling them, frying them, serving them. Like one of those... Instead of being called a cleaner, you're like a cleanliness technician. You're really inflated. I should pay attention to chat. We still haven't got a game going, guys. I really want to get this started. But yeah, that's how my brain works. Badly. But yeah, I fell into chefing, started traveling, got into sports coaching, and realized that some of the best people that I ever had in my life weren't the most educated. In fact, many of the people I knew that were well educated were actually very maladjusted. Not evil people or bad people, but they just didn't have like good rounded sandwich engineer. Yeah. They call that Subway. They call that to Subway employees, like sandwich technician or something like that. No, it's not. It's sandwich artists. They call them artists. I don't know why, because you have to put 3 bits of bacon in 3 bits. There's very prescriptive art, but maybe that you're into that, and that's fine. Yeah. Do you know what? If it makes some 18, 19-year-old kid feel a bit more than just I was a cook. When I was in McDonald's, my first ever job, I wasn't a chef, I was a cook. I would put things down and pick them up and assemble them, but I was nothing more than an assembly machine. I wasn't making it happen. I didn't have any kind of say in what we did and how well stuff was done. But, sandwich engineer. Oh my god. Well, at least we can keep the chat fresh, because the game at the moment... I was an assembler 1. I was a 0.5, dude. I have some horror stories to tell you about McDonald's. I don't want to trigger anybody, but Jesus. My McDonald's, without giving away too much, I was 17 years old, and it was in the middle of a large English city. And we would get so many people come through. We had bouncers on the door because of all the problems we'd have. We were open till midnight. At 17 years old, I wasn't meant to work after midnight, but I would often work after midnight. Hey, micro boy. I'm going to be honest, mate. I'm recovering from COVID. I'd much rather shoot the shit with you guys and stream than do this. We seem to be struggling now to figure out how, with an island full of players, who wants to play. I'm going to ask for the 3rd time now. Let's get this party started. Yeah, I won't go into grisly detail here, but trigger warning for anybody that doesn't want to hear somebody getting hurt. I was 2 weeks into the job. We had many different people cook with us, and it was Saturday afternoon, so very, very busy in the kitchen. Lots of people in. We had about 20 staff in the back making stuff. The McDonald's was very big. And I was at the fry station. I was literally putting the chips, sorry, not fries, chips, putting them down, picking them up, putting them into the warmed area, you know, the light warm area, and then when I need to... Oh, what? Start now then. Oh boy. Sorry lads, it's on me. I'm the one. Okay. Yeah, that's my fault. But again, if we don't have any captain volunteers, it doesn't really matter when we start. So yeah, I'm on the fry station. The guy next to me is on like the chicken nugget fry station. Because we had to split stuff up. You couldn't fry like the vegetarian pies with chicken, so we had our own chicken fryer. He was from Poland, who spoke very minimal English, and he was told we cannot have any food wastage. What that realistically means is we can't spill an entire bucket of chicken on the floor. Even if I play, dude, we don't have the captains. So he took that to literally mean if one nugget goes down, you will lose your job. Nobody said this to him. Nobody said you lose your job if we don't. Nugget. Anyway, picks his basket up, and one of them falls out of the basket, the oil. And before, it happened in slow motion, genuine. He put his arm into the oil, 350 degree boiling hot oil, catch one chicken nugget. It was like a knee-jerk reaction. Literally put his hand elbow deep into boiling hot oil, not thinking. He just thought, if I lose something, if something falls on the ground, I lose my job. I must save all the food. Mate, I've never seen anything like it. And I'm not going to go into grisly detail, obviously, but he pulled his arm out. There wasn't much left, and he just collapsed into shock, screaming on the ground. He would come in and out of consciousness. We had to set all of our alarms off. Everything gets sprayed with foam, including him. Nightmare mode. Meanwhile, there's a whole restaurant full of people that thinks somebody in the back's just been murdered. I never saw him again. He came in a few months later, having had skin grafts. Lost most of the use of that arm. I remember sat there going, this is not worth it. You know, this is absolutely not worth it. Or we can just start a normal game. We have enough people to play. Sorry. Yeah, so, and that was one of many incidents, like, otherwise, like, it's community pick. It was like knee-jerk reaction. You know when like when I was a chef, I got conditioned to not catch anything that's falling. Because to begin with, you just see something fall off the table like a spoon, go and grab it. You're like, oh right, grab that. 9 times out of 10, the thing falling off the edge of something is boiling hot, freezing cold, sharp as fuck. And I nearly caught something once. I remember my head chef just yanked my arm away, and I'd knocked a very small paring knife, one for like fruit and veg, off the side of my work area. I just reached out to grab it, and had I caught that, I would have caught it with the blade in the middle of my palm. You're not working for like a month or two as they either reconnect tendons you've torn off. It's wild, seriously. Like, kitchens are a dangerous place. Equally so, drunk people coming into your kitchen. I had this I think I was like 20, maybe 21. I had this grown-ass woman come into my kitchen with high heels, demanding to see our microwave. We must have microwaved her food, right? She didn't like it. She ate the whole plate, by the way, so we got an empty plate coming back. But yeah, sorry, let me get this game going on. Quick. How do I... Yeah. Yeah, I'm confused. Today's a confusing day. We really should have started by now. We should have picked teams and... this is starting to become a slight disappointment. There's a switch at the thing. Helps. Special games. Okay, let's try this again. Trust everyone. I don't want to be able to eject players. I don't see the button. Don't button. But remember guys, all of these new implementations have happened whilst I've been away. I don't know about a lot of this new stuff that's coming. But as far as I'm aware, I don't see a button for community event, right? So happy to host it. First button. This is trust all players. This is can eject players, so you can kick people. And this is a special will be added to the event. I don't know. This is long. I just want to have a good game. I need to get a game up. Potentially. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wind them up. I'm going to wind them up. What's the spell? There we go. Jimmy's on. Let's see if somebody else just decides out of pure frustration. Tournament window. Ah. Oh, we have captains now. Let's... Okay, perfect. We have 19 people. We have more than enough people. So it's going to be Jimmy and Pavev. We're going to keep it on captain. Why not? Ah, finally. After only 41 minutes. Maybe if I cut the video here, I won't get algorithmed. Right, here's what I learned about YouTube. You swear in the first 10 minutes of a video, of a long video, you get algorithmed away from people watching it. So if I just avoid swearing in the next 10 minutes and cut the video here, start the thing from... Perfect. Okay, right. Close that down, close that down. Shift that over there. We'll get rid of this window down the line. We're on like Donkey Kong. And with 20 people putting themselves up to play, we can start with a 10v10. It will grow. I guarantee you, we're going to see like 15 on 15, 20 on 20. What people tend to do is they join the game after it's been on for a while, so they don't have to play the opening. That's fine. It's cynical at best. Filter a lot of these players. Again, probably because it's on for 2.0 in like less than a month or a little bit over a month, people aren't joining the game, but I don't know how we're going to survive that because there's so many new things we need to factor in or plug or program into fighter battles up. But my work here is done. Work here is done. Teams are up. Lord Jimmy and the Soldier up north. Califer and Pavev in the south. Teams will eventually, slowly but surely, hammered out. Once again, thank you for joining me on this. It has been a while. I slowed this down. I didn't mean to, but I didn't realize that, you know, there was all these new features. So, you know, I'm a jumbo dumbo. Apologies. But I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I hope things are going well for you. If things aren't, I hope they get better. And just remember, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Never stuck in darkness. Things will improve. This is already a good setup. Ragnarok, Pavev, and Califer, and Qkrat. So we have a really strong main base setup here on the south. In the north, Soldier's a solid main base player. Obviously, Jimmy is as well. Or more of an outposter. So Got some really interesting outposters with us today. In fact, I think we might have a lack of main builders. Gabriel. Bob's more of a defender. Ivy sleeping Cliff. RS2K Lee could go out on outpost. I'm going to mix the music up because lo-fi is sending me to... That's not the right way to start. What did we pick last time? We've done we've done clown music. We've done pirate music. What music style have we not listened to? Sometimes the light at the end of the tunnel is a train. A train of healingness, mate. Train of healing, health, wealth. Music. Let's type in bongo music. Let's try that. Let's go copyright-free bongo music. I don't know, I just want some bongos in my life right now. I don't mind what it is, as long as it doesn't get me DMCA copyright struck. Exists? Okay, right, let me type in bongo playlist. I hope you guys don't mind some rhythmic beats. That's copyright. Bongo music. Oh, dude, there's like a top 10? Is this a genre I don't know anything about? 1 hour of... No, that's not right. No, that's lo-fi. I don't want lo-fi. That's definitely... Okay, this is all... I can't play any of this. But I really want bongo music in my life right now. Is there another word for it? Copyright free. Royalty free. Apologies, guys. I appreciate that you want to watch some thrilling biter battles, but the background music is the most important part for me. And it needs to be crisp. It needs to make sure I don't get a copyright strike on my YouTube channel, because I don't want that. I don't want that. This is copyright. There's no way. There you're copyright free. Do you know what? I'm going to run with it. It says it's not copyrighted. It definitely is. Just play the Benny Hill theme. Red light. Oh, Jesus. Mumble rap will never happen. I'm sorry, Blitzy. I know you're a massive fan. I know you're a huge gangster in real life. If the day you see me playing mumble rap on this channel is the day this channel has officially died. Red light district music. I mean... Can you guys hear this coming through as well? It's a bit lower vibes level, so if you can't hear the music, I can push it up a little bit. And then we'll transition from bongo music to something else, but I like... It's ominous, isn't it? Eminent. It's... No, good luck with the dog. Hey, enjoy outside. I can hear it a bit. Let me just crank it. I don't expect it to explode anytime soon in terms of like crescendo bongo music. Maybe that's a thing in our lives as well. But enjoy the Dog Walk Sailor. And we will have an epic Fighter Battles game, hopefully. And the Benny Hill theme music is unfortunately copyrighted, which, yeah, I'm not happy about. There is a way of doing it, having copyright music on your stream, but I'm just worried, dude. Like, we built a really nice little place here, and I don't want somebody to go, fuck that guy, I'm just going to report every video he has, and then, yeah, his stuff gets taken down. Kind of a dick move. Ukrat is going for a rocket outpost. And as always, picking is long. As it always is and always will be. Picking is art. Once we get up and running, the game should be nice and quick. The momentum should kind of steamroll in, and we should be on. Should, again, the most operant word. On for a great game. Pick Zero Sun if you want to have no wall. And let's see what areas of the map they're identifying. Just outside. Oh no. But you're in the game though. You are to be picked. It's always a good spot to be. There's only 8 players remaining, so this shouldn't be like a long pick phase. Alpha Cognitive, I mean, they're 2 very strong teams already. 7 on 6. Like I said, we'll end up with about 10 on 10. And that's fine, you know? It doesn't have to be more than that. I know that we've gotten conditioned to have 20 on 20 or 30 on 30, and it is good when we get those numbers. And that should be our normal numbers, but Satisfactory just released 1.0, and if you're into your factory building, you might be in the middle of building one now, instead of being here for bite battles. I don't begrudge you that. Org Labyrinth. I mean, these guys just, this screams to me Outpost team. He'll pick Blitzinet. Oh. As Ristu Lee gets picked first. Excellent. Oh. Well, what we can expect is a much more considered game. We'll be quick because Jimmy 58 is the captain. It won't be as fast in terms of production because of the lack of people. So maybe we see 1 outpost per team rather than 2 or 3. Maybe we see just a very concerted effort in the center of the map in main that then translates into a good, strong mid to late game. There's no excuse with only 10 people on your team for everybody to not have a job. So if I'm a captain now on either north or south, trying to make sure that, like, you know, let's say for instance I've just picked Straightener on south, and we need somebody to do power, and Straightener wants to do power, then I would say to him, look mate, I need you to do that, and then think about, you know, step 2. So alright, we've got you on power, you're going to be using this whole patch and building tons of stuff. Okay. Let them kind of prepare themselves and then we'll get going. But, you know, I need you to think about doing stuff outside of that single role. We need to be kind of dual role here. So, you know, it's 10 on 11. There's more people to be picked, more people that will come, obviously. And they'll have the opportunity to put themselves forward for that. For any of you guys that are new that are watching, this is Bite Battles. We have a team of 11 on north, a team of 10 on south. And at the moment, the captains will be speaking to their teammates. They'll be asking them what they want to do and how they want to do it. So where they want to build, where their outpost wants to be, who wants to threat farm, and all of that good news. With more players to come into the game, I can imagine that we settle in a very comfortable spot, around about 15 on 15. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. If you're new to the game, that's fine. I have some very high-tech MS Paint tool that I will be using throughout the game. Explain the different facets and aspects of the game. Most notable thing to know as we start the game, or as the captains begin to talk about how they want their game to unfold, the most important part of the game, this rocket silo right in the middle of this. Both teams have one, and if the bugs and biters reach that screen, that silo first, kill it off by biting it, your team have lost, game is over. We will do a prediction as well, that's a very good shout, we'll do a prediction. So that's the key theme of this game, is to keep that silo alive at all costs. Do that by automating production, teching through the research tree, and then building up big defenses of walls and flamers and lasers and who knows, even maybe sentry turrets. Probably not, because they're terrible defenses. Yeah, these bad boys. Gun turrets don't last that long, they're not very good. But yeah, let me get a prediction up real quick. There's no way this is royalty free. This is all going to be muted on you. I don't trust this. Bongo music might need to go on hold right now, because yeah, I can't commit to bongo music right now, because that could be like 7 minutes of music. And that is the correct way to say it. It is footage, not footage. Remember, it's my language. I can butcher it as I like. Put a prediction up. South. We'll give you 30 minutes. And again, the teams have less. Go, prediction started. Good luck. As I kind of scramble to find something to listen to. Spiritual. Oh, mate, let's get spiritual. Chakra attack. Please tell me you guys remember Chakra Attack from, oh my god. Listen here, girl. Om. Oh my god, that has just unlocked an amazing memory. Please, if any of you don't know, I'm gonna put a link to it in chat. Hang on a minute. Please tell me if this is real. Chakra. It is. Oh my god, this is so good. I need to listen to this later. I wish I could play this right now. Can't. We're gonna get our chakra attack on, guys. Have a look at this. If any of you need to laugh today, please watch this. It's fucking hilarious. Oh. Hey, the data. We're just trying to find some music to listen to, and I found a spiritual playlist. A soothing and calm. Copyright free. We're gonna get spiritual here. We need some healing. I did. Fuck. Didn't I? And it's been. Okay, the video. Wait. The video starts now. We're not swearing for 10 minutes, and then I can upload this to YouTube and not get unmonetized, demonized. I need to wait until 4 minutes past my clock that I have here, my streamer clock. And for those of you who can't hear the music, let me know, because it's going to be really chill. I hope it's not going to be like big and bold. It's going to get really spiritual today. We're going to unlock our chakras. We're going to align ourselves with all the planets. I don't know which one's the important one. And I'm not taking the mick out of anybody that believes in that stuff. And any of you that are actually spiritual, I'd love to talk about it. But let's have a zen, calm, relaxing game of Biter Battles and really lock into our meditative states, our positive alignment of the universe, and ask simple questions of ourselves like, how is our energy? How is our chi? How is our alignment with good, the bad, the ugly of the world? Where do we sit in all of this cosmic fuzz? That and more to come. This stream. This YouTube video with no swearing so far. I hope you've noticed. Anybody watching from YouTube, there have been 0 swear words for an entire 60 seconds, and that will continue for another 9 minutes. And then I'm just going to unload all of them all at once. Yeah. This is now. You're entering the world. The dreamlike state, that is, a Biter Battle stream. And the thing is, the Biter Battle, the Factorio music itself is pretty chill, right? But can one of you guys tell me if you can hear this? Because it's super low level. So can you hear the music in the background, or is it too low? Because I can raise it up. About an hour when the biters are in your base. What we'll do is we'll go through extremes. We'll go through extremes, right? We're going to start really chill, really relaxing, and then we're going to go intense. The moment the big send happens, we're going to go into like heavy metal. We're going to rev things up. Maybe not heavy metal, maybe something a little bit more like trance or techno, right? We'll keep our chakras aligned, but we'll just align them a little bit more with the, you know, like a dance vibe. Makes you slowly go insane. You're playing this game, aren't you, Blitzy? You saying that you want to go nuts? Yet, but as in the old days, I used to have to pick people, but hoping that this. Automatic. Nah, we're not going to force anything. We're aligning our chakras. Healing music. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is apparently medical. I'm not a doctor, by the way. Load this up real quick. Apparently this music is healing? No. This is more like it. As we begin a game of Factorio, the dulcet tones of relaxing, healing music begins. My name is Ghosty, and I'll be the referee of this game. To any of you that are new, welcome. I'll be going over all the different aspects of this game mode, and if you have any questions, please feel free to stick them in chat. We're going to go through every single part of this game, from the very, very beginning, in the middle, to who's winning in the end, and then how it all went down when the game finally is over. If you're new to this, just know that this is a live game in Factorio that you right now can join and play in, just like JDO is joining us. Welcome, JDO. You can play this game. You don't need to be a professional player either. You don't have to even play a lot of Factorio. In this game mode, we have two captains. On the south, Pavev is captain. On the north, Jimmy50. And every single player that's in this game has a role. They'll have a goal, and they'll be talking to their captain in Discord, asking them, hey Jimmy, I'm on north. What can I do to help my team? Do I hit rocks? Do I make plates? Or do I run far away an outpost? And all of those things will be explained down the line. I'm going to take a quick water break, hydrate myself, then we're going to take a zoom out of the map, take a look at what's good about this thing, what's not, how we solve some very simple problems. I'm going to try and talk at this level throughout the entirety of this stream, until one send goes, and then I'm going to go off the wagon, and we're going to go nuts. And normally we have music playing that's not chill, but today we've decided as a community, and when I say that, I have decided as the streamer host. Oh, Q-Crat, don't go down. Don't you rock. Not worth your time. I've decided that we're going to realign our energy today. We're going to realign our chakras. Live a more aligned life. Yeah, any of you guys get bored, watch that chakra attack video. It's one of the GTA 5? Oh no, GTA 4 maybe, radio stations. And they had some bangers, absolute bangers. Like that overly sexualized Latino guy who's just like verbally making love to everybody. Not a swear word. And I have 2 more minutes and I can swear. 2.5 minutes and I can throw out a big flippin' word that I'm not allowed to say right now because everything will get demonetized, but we'll get there. And at the beginning of the game, you don't have any automation, right? Nothing is automated. Everything needs to have coal fed into it in order for it to work. Down the line, we'll have electric miners. Power will be built. Off the back of that, we'll see our factory slowly take form and slowly build and mold and form into different ways. Both the north and the south, probably, in my mind, realign our chakras. Exactly. Both teams will have different ideas of how they want to play this one out. And we're going to kind of comment on those different ideas. And we'll talk about what the good elements of them are, what the bad ones are. But did I rename my stream Chakra? Oh, do you know what's fun though? I'm going to be playing The Witcher 3 later. I'm going to stream twice today. Any of you guys want to join me on that? Feel free. I've not gotten that deep into the game, but I feel like it's time to give it a few hours and get into it. So, deepest I ever got was the Baron. There's a Baron who has a child that's like turned into a demon. Spoiler alert for any of you guys that haven't played the game. I got to that bit. I don't know why, but for whatever reason I stopped. And I think it's the kind of game I need to force myself to play more of, get deeper into, find an appreciation of, to then play it all the way. So this is biter battles. These are the biters. At the very beginning of the game, they're very, very weak. All timed. Hey, what kind of, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of adverts are you getting? Because I mentioned pot noodles a lot in my stream, and I'm actually now getting pot noodle commercials. I think I've been algorithmed. I think the algorithm has looked at me and gone, this guy needs more of that in his life. It's scary, dude. Scary. They've got me down to a T. And we're not going to stay with our chakra aligning music forever. Let's move it around a little bit. Click on some fun, high-tempo stuff. Now, I like what I see. Straightener at the moment is filling in the wall, making sure there are no gaps. I don't think we have any threat farmers just yet. We're only in the first couple of minutes of a game. First 4 minutes of a game. And in 30 seconds, I should be allowed to swear, because of all the different reasons why Facebook or YouTube or all the algorithms that control the world stop me from being put out to a certain audience. Just mind my word. For it. Seconds. 5 seconds. Going on here. Do we have any outposters? We do. Menander to the right, east. Leaping Dr. Claw to the left. My time has expired. I've now not sworn for an entire 10 minutes. Fuck me, boys, that was hard. I've never treaded on eggshells verbally before like that. It's a good reason I'm not going to be a teacher. I'd be fucking useless, mate. Genuine. I can do it when I coach, but that's mostly because I'm talking about something I know. I can just be like, alright boys, let's get this done, let's do this, let's set that up. It's more kind of constructive. So plates will be produced. Everything at the moment is going to be handmade. These electric mining drills will be handmade. Power will be handmade, but down the line we'll have a set of buildings that we'll construct and assemble. And don't forget to vote, guys. Don't forget. Smeg. Oh dear, yeah, they've come up with some really inventive ways of getting around that. I like frack. Do you know what I need to do? I need to watch or rewatch. Getting me on the edge. Not a big fan, are we, Blitzy? Frack from Battlestar Galactica. What a show, by the way. What a show. Any of you guys out there that want to watch a really good space opera, that is the one to go to, right? I mean, Star Wars, yeah, it's okay, but we all kind of know what happens in that, but Battlestar, whew. Average duration of a Bite of Battles game, a well played and close game, and here we go, we're on 15 versus 14, so I think that we're on the area of an ITYTD game, probably 3 if it's a competitive game and everybody's pushing in the right areas, if that makes any sense. 3 to 4 hours we'll see somebody break. If they're slow, or mistakes are made, or somebody decides to spam, waste science, slow things down, then I can imagine that we're going beyond the 4 hour mark. But sometimes teams slip up and they get timing attacked. So effectively what happens is that their base doesn't survive a certain level of threat because they haven't teched into the right level of tech at that point. So they don't have flame turrets, for instance, 1 hour mark, and a small send breaks a team. Or before they have laser turrets and maybe nuclear build up, they don't have their lasers fully built, so they've maybe built like 10 or 15 of them. They don't have like a front line of lasers, and that can break a base as well. So the average duration of a Bite of Battles game on this difficulty, 3 to 4 hours. On the difficulty above it, piece of cake, is about 2 to 4. It mostly is dependent on how active the player base is, and obviously like who's pushing hard. Like sometimes you get players that are gunning for it, and they just manage to smash game out early. Jimmy 50 is very quick. Apparently he can get a rocket up in 1 hour and 50. Haven't seen it yet, but we did see a world record a couple of weeks ago. In fact, we saw a 1 hour and 37 rocket, which I know isn't the most. All right, yeah, I can't do meditation music anymore, guys, because genuinely it's distracting me. Let's go for something else that's also chill, right? Let's go for do this. I don't blow your ears off. Audio down a little. I like that one. That was really, really good game. Honestly, I could play that game every week, or run it back kind of thing. Is that correct? I can spell stuff. Royalty. Here we go.
Don't dilly-dally.
I'm not dilly-dally. I'm not buying that product ever. Is that the right thing? Oh, we have follow. Oh, damn. Let me try that. Let me try that. Let me try that. We have a follow command. Look at that. So we play as if we have Jimmy's perspective. And then can I just unlock from that? I can. Oh, mega. That's awesome. Dude, we have some really cool little things that have come into play here. We're going to do this today. We're going to follow some of the players and see kind of what they do and what they're up to. So we'll do like a minute with Cognitive Fun, or like a minute with JDO, or a minute with Blitzy. That's awesome. So I had a plan years ago. Like I've been around forever. The one thing I wanted to do, and obviously now it's implemented, which is amazing, is I wanted to kind of segment the map up into different areas, different sections. So let's say, for instance, like this area was number 1, this area is number 2, this area is number 3, this area is number 4. And then over the course of time, like a camera would like hover and then kind of like move itself around that area. Well, as I AFK, basically, as I go and make food, or as I go and take a phone call or something, I could set like a hover cam that would just meander around a predetermined area. But actually following a player is much more efficient because you see what they're doing. So yeah, that's awesome. Oh, bring on the map again. Just get back to my tools. So we will follow some players today. We'll make use of our new commands, as well as checking in on all the cool stuff that we've got here in the new UI. And we can minimize bits and pieces as well. I love to see it. Love to see clean up like this. But yeah, let's take a look at research. The south are queuing up electronics and optics. The north have already done their electronics research. They're moving on to green, steel, fast inserted steel axe, and heavy armor. Yeah, but very standard. You don't get a ton of different options at the beginning of the game to research. So I think the follow command would be really useful for the 1v1 games, because you could let's say, for instance, let's take an easy name to type out. Let's just say Risk to Lee. RS2K Lee is like fighting for his life. He's not moving now, is he? Oh, here he is. Let's say he's fighting for his life. We can see what areas he decides to choose and pick from, rather than me hovering over going, oh, well, if he comes over here, or if he comes over here, we can kind of follow it in real time, which is... Right, player numbers jump now from 16 on north to 15 on south. I knew we'd get there. We always do. It just takes a little bit of time, And I will... And we can do inventory. Boom, let's go. I love that. This is my favourite screen of all time, for sure. Because we can see when we hit certain milestones. Hitting steel early, good milestone. Hitting roboports and bots early, good milestone. Yeah, I love seeing... It's an evolution. And as we know in the game, obviously, in evolution, tools available to. Now, all I can say is thank you. People that are suggesting it, coming up with it, then programming it, and adding it in and bug testing. Yeah, that's certainly not my wheelhouse, but I massively appreciate it, because it just makes the whole game a bit more rounded. See, now the south have set up a little bit of a mall. To the north, they're getting copper and iron smelted, but it seems like they're planning out a much more developed build up here. They're already looking at what their science research is. Not just one song. Oh, it's okay. They just roll in. Perfect. I've not used this playlist before, so I can't say that the music's going to be amazing. Alright, let me just double quick. Why do I have 35 messages on WhatsApp? Oh, my friends are getting married. Okay, yeah, that's unusual. I normally don't get more than like 2 messages on WhatsApp on the weekends. 30 is not that popular. Awesome, happy for them. they were always going to get married or engaged at some point, so good job on them. I'll go out for a beer with them tomorrow and celebrate. But at the moment, they're far away. They're in London. I got a stream. The stream is on. The game is on. 14 minutes into a Bite Battles game. The North and the South are kind of in the same stage, really. I wouldn't say either side has really smashed it out. Maybe you could argue that the North's power bank is larger. Building smelting so close to it means you can't have a similar build on the top side of this. So I guess you just have to drag your power further out. There's a lovely amount of coal here too. So yeah, all things considered, we're just starting off at a pace which I think is agreeable to a 3 to 4 hour game, as long as no major mistakes are made. I didn't realise we were doing ITYTD. That does mean that at some point go off and get some food in the oven. So that's the only thing I might need to nip away, which is perfect because I can use the follow command. There we go. I love it. I love to see it. And this play as well, by the way, highly words out. Make this play. The coffee's not kicking in yet. Make this play. Underrated, sorry. You need bricks at the beginning of the game. You need them all the way through the game. The moment you can get a brick building set up down, the better your team. If you are a new player or a beginning to learn this game mode player, I would say stone is always an underrepresented element of this game. Copper and iron and coal being some of the most elements or most used resources. However, do not underestimate the strength of bricks and strength of wall. You do not have a base or a base to defend. You don't have a wall to protect it. And the thing with having smelting lines, if the bugs do reach them, is they don't last very long. They themselves are not very good defensive structures. So yeah, be aware, be careful. You know, one team at the moment has prioritized stone, the other is not. That might be an indicator as to where the game will go in 20 minutes time, 30 minutes time. You have lots of wool ready to be put down, be used, and your base. So far though, we can't imagine that the bugs are going. We have some threat farming going on from Zero Sun. Is going to come down to the bugs area, shoot them. Everything can be a wall. Oh yeah. Can you imagine using nuclear reactors as walls? I think the largest explosion we saw was when the bugs broke through to a... Oh, what was it? Was it a 3x3 or a 4x4 reactor? And the explosion didn't even kill off most of the bugs. It was wild, honestly. Yeah, it's an expensive wall, to say the least. It's like having your front door made of gold. I just don't. Okay, so the beginning of production for the south and north are outlining what looks to be... Yes, it will be red-green. Moving to... But yeah, you can have inserters that are between them. So similar to, if you imagine this space, or two boilers next to each other, you can have an inserter pulling coal out of one already fueled boiler and sticking it into one ahead of it. I think it was done with inserters, I believe, or it could have been hand-fed. It was one of Neuro's wacky designs where I looked at it for once, nearly threw up in my mouth, and never went back to it out of pure put some mixtape on your mind. Yeah, it was different. It was different, to say the least. But yeah, smelting lines are coming down. ITYTD is a slower game mode, by the way, guys, so don't feel the need to stick around for the whole thing. I appreciate that you're here for this. But obviously, it's a long old grind all the way to the end. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep myself coffeeed up to the eyeballs, keep the energy going. You can see Red Wraith out here already planning a build of sorts. I think this is going to be something for the late game, because maybe lasers? No. The bugs are coming in. Again, they're very weak, and hopefully somebody with a gun can just shoot these guys down. Later in the game, they'll get very, very strong, so... Probably hand-fed then. Yeah, got you. Because they do need to be very tightly packed together, don't they? Nuke is kind of one of the things in the game that I don't really do that often, to be fair. I've never really found myself at that point in the game needing to be brought into a nuclear building setup. Teams do. We do have, on one side we have threat farmers, Zero Sun on the south. The north at the moment haven't prioritized, although I can imagine maybe IB Sleepy threat farming. I know, mate. It's been. You know what? Hashtag called out. I don't know if you guys have checked on Discord. I didn't want to kind of shout about it, 'cause it's not important, but yeah, dude, I had some heart problems, and I'm a bit too young to be having heart problems. Seriously, like real talk. I got very, very scared a few days ago. I thought I was having a fucking heart attack. Ended up going to A&E, having some scans. I'm better now, but I'm having it monitored. I might need to go and see a specialist. So I'm keeping things cheery. Everything's fine. No need to panic. But at my age, this is uncommon to have the level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Malfunction in that area. And we only get one. So my message to you guys is get checked. Go to your doctor. Ask questions, make sure you're keeping yourself healthy. I'm going to be here until Bite Battles 2.0. Factorio goes 3D. I'll be here for all that. But, yeah. Got a bit of a shock when I found out that I went for an EKG or ECG. I don't know which one it is. And there was some issues. Yeah, dude, I want to play more games. If anything, this is more of a distraction before I go for my next scan. But yeah, if you head to Discord, I posted a picture of me with my little medical tag on, and basically if I collapsed, that tag would get scanned, and then basically anybody interacting with me could look at my readings and give me the relevant drugs to keep me alive. And when you get to that point, real. So yeah, I'm fine for now, and I'll get things back to being cheery and all that jazz. But that was about a week ago, and things have improved, definitely. Taking its time. This music's not doing it for me. I thought I'd found a really good playlist, but I haven't. I found a mediocre playlist. I can definitely improve what we. Stream electric guitar. Nobody wants to. In fact, you know what? I'm going to playlists I don't even know. Find something that is good. Pick the mood up a bit. Just talked about nearly dying. There we go. And I know this playlist is. I have seen FUE5. I have a dream, Abascotti. I have a dream that one of these games, one of these mega games, I can save the game state and then fly. Bear with me on this. Imagine flying in over a base, been demolished by the bugs, all the way to a silo explosion, right? Like that full Lord of the Rings, flying through the wall that's been broken, flying deep into the smashed up smelting lines and smashed up production lines, all the way, very, very silo in the middle of the map, watch a bug finally one-tap it for an explosion. If I can get that footage, I'm going to put that up onto YouTube and I'm going to highlight that as a video. Look at what we do at the Bite Battles community. So yeah, there's definitely room for that to happen for sure. I've got the tool and I've played around with it, but what I think they're doing at the moment is they need people to model more things. At the beginning when I saw the initial demo, they'd modeled a train, they'd modeled some smelters, but there was some elements that hadn't been made and then put in. But yeah, dude, I am so down. Get involved with it. 5. Turn down. Yeah, no. It's gonna be big. I've got a lot of plans at the moment, so I've got 3 video series I'm working on. Something's not correct. What are you doing? There's some cross-contamination here. Put a splitter on the end. Put a splitter in a filter. Or just loop the cogs round onto the side of the belt. Yeah, this definitely needs a little bit of love. paying attention. Otherwise, you're going to clog up your research. Interesting. Not a huge mistake, and obviously Red Wraith is working on step 2 and step 3. So what I'm going to do, I need to go and get something to drink because my mouth is dry at the moment, so I'm going to spectate. Who should we spectate, guys? Who do you want to watch whilst I'm away for a minute? We want to try and this new this follow command. Really active at the moment. Go for Jimmy. Kick incoming. Oh dear. Let's follow Jimmy for like a minute. I'm gonna go off and get something to drink. I just need to kind of like get some sugar in me. Basically, I'm feeling a little lightheaded. And then when we're back, we'll carry on. But for now, hopefully you guys don't mind the music, and hopefully you don't mind watching Jimmy play. Jimmy is a very quick player, and we'll get back to seeing the rest of the map in a minute too. I've been streaming for an hour and a half now, and the coffee's worn off. I need to get some sugar in me. I'll be back in a minute. This is easier than my commentary. I can just follow around. Follow a player around. Oh. Let me just take my meds real quick. Sorry guys, I'm just really lightheaded at the moment. I'll be with you very soon. Yeah. Long story short, that sign spell's weird. What was going on? Let me unfollow. This is not conventional. I tend to not see cross-contamination of elements like gears and wheels, and all you have to do is put a splitter here. Just only allow red signs through. Still jam yourself up though. This is odd. I wonder why they've done this as well, because surely doesn't this just slow you down? Or at the bare minimum. Hey Holloway, how's it going, mate? Did I catch Derek versus chat? I did, and also, I might be wrong in saying this, but are they doing an MMP thing where it's like Kobe's MMP lot versus Derek? I will watch that back though. I really like the idea of that. Fastest man that can play the game is up against his entire chat. I think chat won though, right? Just a numbers game, surely. Yeah, it's a weird. You don't see this mistake made that often. Oh, you went for a tree map. Oh yeah, you got him. You definitely got him there, because there's no way, unless he's got like grenades early or he gets flamethrower early, there's no way he's getting through that amount of lumberjacking. But this is odd. You have the labs and you have contaminated belts. I kind of wanted to make it to that. I can't remember. Oh yeah, no. How long ago was that? About a week or two ago. Yeah, I was in A&E, mate. Thought I was gonna fucking die. The highlights are on YouTube. Awesome. Yeah, good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Yeah, last 2 weeks have been a fucking whirlwind, mate. I thought I was gonna die. Collapsed, and then ended up in A&E, and now looking at heart stuff. So, yeah, I'm fine now, but then I wasn't. The wave of bugs coming in. Science diff has to be right. In terms of research and tech and speed as well. So the labs on, to be fair, they don't have as many labs, but they're getting them down. I guess they're hand building. Yeah, we're looking at weapons shooting speed 1, military. Military's just kicking in. Automation 2, landfill, advanced material. Lab research 2, interesting. You don't tend to see lab research going down this early. Especially with, I'm gonna be rude, but like with a mistake like this. I think this is easily correctable, is it not? Output. All you do is output your gears on this side and just peel them off and send them across. Am I taking crazy pills here? I don't know, but that certainly will cause. Oh, here we go. We're getting inserters as well. There's no way this is a plan. Jimmy didn't plan for this, right? Maybe it is. That is the plan. Just contaminate science, and I guess for the early game, it really gets you off the ground. And all you're really doing is just boxing up stuff that you can then hand feed. So I guess it works. Meanwhile, smelting is really flying as well for the North. I feel like in terms of North and South, the North have made the most of the people that they have. And again, they have 17, South have 18. When the game started, it was like 11 on 10. So South slightly slipping a little bit here. Yeah, just boxes. I will need to find my insert item box. Yeah, I got all the way up to dirty fish water, and then unfortunately the guy I was playing with stopped playing. I really enjoyed Pie, mate. It was so hard, so difficult to play. Yeah, in terms of outposters, we now have quite a few people moving out. Ukrat and Caliphate out to the east. The soldier with IB Sleepy is actually threat farming now, which is good. Down to minus 1k on the north. Very nice to see. And I hope he's got something on him to kill bugs. Other than hope dreams, thoughts and prayers. Gotta be handcrafting grenades, right? Or ammo. There we go. And I guess this will turn into like a defensive outpost. Some spam. I'm stalling to begin with. Oh god, mate. Electrical components. Just wait until you have to make diodes and... Oh my god, that was hard, mate. Any research, any level of research into that game, you're happy to get it, and then it clicks in and you're like, oh damn, I've just unlocked 100 new buildings. Loads of new production. Vacuum tubes, that's the one, yeah. Stuff of my nightmares. Fucking vacuum tube. I massive respect though for anybody that does a pie run, especially on Twitch. Like if you're streaming your pie run, you have, yeah, there's no embarrassment there. And I think I might have to do that at one point. Just be like, put my pride in my pocket and just show off how terrible I am at this game. Not by its battles, but the actual building of factories. See now, the bugs get through. With only a few gun turrets, this early part of the game, they're not a massive problem for us. Meanwhile, the wall builder... Oh, damn. Wall builder is moving. It's shifting. 1,000 walls now for the north. They have the ability to defend themselves. Science is going mostly, you know, with boxes of science can be pulled from too. And power, I mean, the thing with a build like this is when it does eventually all turn on and all start working, Yeah, the amount of power you're going to need. More than this. A lot more than this, obviously. But with Gorog on your team, how can you lose? Welcome, Gorog. Yeah, Q-Krat's Menander's also outposted as well. Oh, what the is here? Got some gun turrets. Some bullets. Okay. Zero Sun with a defensive outpost. As we know, Zero Sun likes to defend. Or likes to attack, sorry. Form of threat farming. Sorry. To the far west, Ragnarok has something up their sleeve. We're not sure exactly what that something is happening. I be sleeping down. Again, the bugs are quite weak, but you've got to be careful. These acid pools are a real pain. Real pain. They slow you down as well. You don't just hit them and get DPS'd, you hit them and go to like what feels like a crawl. What sucks though is Ivy Sleepy now needs to make a very long run back up to their base that they were previously at. Then they have to start this whole process all over again. So like threat farming is time management at its best. Managing the right amount of time to fight, the right amount of time to build, and then the right amount of time to get involved. I kind of agree with you there. I kind of agree with the outstanding. I like the size of the smelting lines have gone down, even if we're just boxing up steel for now. You know, compared to the south, more minimal kind of build. It's not terrible, more minimal. You know, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smelters going down. North we have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9th being steel. And again, the only thing I can't wrap my head around really is this. It looks to me like the red science is bleeding out components, as well as the green science is bleeding components out onto the belt, where it's then collected down the line, and this is new. So this is maybe a Jimmy 50 newer way of doing things. Obviously you grab what you need, and if you have an abundance, then fantastic, because a box full of belts and inserters is fine, but yeah, different. They've also gone for research speed as well early. Lab research 1 and 2. I don't know if that's the play. Although it's ITYTD, so you may as well do it early. I guess. Then yeah, we'll see kind of an exposition of what happens next in terms of where blue science comes in. Well, as military science as well. I don't know if Jimmy 50 builds military science or if he hand makes it. Again, something we'll need to check into. These look to be laser posts, right? Are we seeing this is different. This is different. Are we seeing Jimmy or whoever's organizing this, coordinating this? This is all main base resources going into what I think looks like a laser build, right? This is going to be plastic. Going to be green into red. We have 3, 4 of these mixed builds. This has to be something. You're committing heavily to a play here if this is something like laser building or God knows what this is. Green chip and red chip. Okay. Because I've theorized many a time that it would be useful for somebody to be a chip builder game. So their only goal in life really is to find an area. I'm not saying it has to be this area, but finding an area out here like this. And your only goal in life is to make green and then red chips, and hopefully down the line blue, and then sending them back into main, sending them back into all the different production areas. But yeah, I like it. I mean, you're going to need a lot of red chips anyway. May as well get onto that as soon as you can. And South aren't researching anything at the moment. I get I mean, they've got military science coming in though. They must be researching something. Hang on a minute. Well, they are now. Lab speed. Yeah, dude. Colden. Any of you guys remember Colden? And if you ever see him in game, ask him to send you a screenshot of his chip builder. He had this. Honestly, I'm going to show you it now in my MS Paint. It was really cool. I actually have a game of it as well. I have it in a game. I need to find out where that game plays. Right, here we go. Right, let me do this. Colden had a build where in a square. 1 second, let me draw this out correctly because it was really cool. It was really, really cool. Sorry if any of you guys are red-green colorblind, but imagine in this square. Wait, actually, imagine in this square here, we have lots of different smelting and building. It was so compact. It was ridiculous. And in the bottom left, you fed in ore, basically. And it would funnel its way around to the different sections of this build. And there was no space. It was like the most perfectly coordinated thing. The perfectly compact and coordinated little factory. And out the top would spit green, red, and blue chips. And it was this perfect stamped blueprint. I mean, obviously we don't have blueprints in this game. You have to make everything by hand. He'd managed to just find a way, perfectly optimized, raw materials coming in, and all levels of chips coming out. I have a game of it, and if I find that game, I will post it to my old YouTube channel is down at the moment because it wasn't linked to everything. My new YouTube channel, I'm putting in the older stuff. But I'll find a way of getting that game that built that one time. It was really cool. And he'd spent weeks. I remember him messaging me in Discord saying, "Hey mate, I'm nearly there. I've nearly got this nailed down." And then he did. And then he did. The absolute mad lad made it happen. And yeah, it was all about numbers, like maths and ratios, and making sure that nothing's underfunded and overfunded, etc. Really cool to see that level of design going into the game. Cool, so I'm going to do something different now. I'm going to take a look at the outpost. Ragnarok's slowly getting them all up. Heroes going for, yeah, red ammo. So there's going to be, the only options I mean, I'm seeing it now, basically getting defenses built, but it doesn't look like they're looking for a huge base. I believe, I just had to quickly do some phone. Apologies guys, I'm slightly distracted. That's done. Now, getting these messages. I'm very happy my friends are getting engaged, that's awesome. But I get 10 different WhatsApp chats now popping up at me. Like, the only one I care about is my family one. Plan for the south. Turtle up. Maybe create some level of spam, like purple. Let these guys get you to a rocket. I think that's what the play is. I believe that Ukrat and Califer with +1, I think there's going to be one more person coming out here. They will be the rocket outpost, effectively, for the south. And not giving themselves a lot of room. This is a very tight and compact. Menander is outposting, I'm not exactly sure why or what for. Could be a laser outpost, potentially. Gonna have to probably wait and see, but yeah, Zero Sun will definitely threat farm, and he'll do a good job of threat farming. I like the idea that they've set themselves up in that way for that. Main base, like the north of Etna stall out really high. They've got more room for the mixer, got more room for everything. Captains are Jimmy 50 on north and Pavev on the south. Sorry guys, I'm just experiencing a little bit of having to take deep breaths. And I'm coughing my ass off. Well, lovely. I thought I was done with COVID. I tested negative, but it feels like I have it again. Who'd have known? I've got I've got COVID test. Let's do something else. Instead of what's Zero Sun for? I'm just gonna go and get my COVID test out. I tested yesterday negative, but today I feel a little bit. Really sorry about this, guys. I've been very, very sick the last 2 weeks, and not just COVID. It's something else. I've got some issues with my heart, so I just want to be safe. I want to make sure that I'm being sensible with stuff. Zoom in on Zero Sun, defends what they defend, and I need to go and check. Back in a second. Okay, I have the tag. Need to swab my mouth. Thought I'd fucking done with it, honestly. I hope I'm not got COVID. I feel really fucking grim at the moment. Anyway, back to the game. North look like they're ahead for sure. Again, you've got to fund all of this stuff, right? You need power to. Need the research to switch it on. We're 46 minutes into the game. South have flamethrowers. North have got a lot more. Look at this. North have flown through the game. A lot of it's red-green, and I know that the South do have military stuff on, but still. That. 1, 2, 5, 6, 14 exclusive. And it can. Now I don't think that there's a huge military science build going in. Might be wrong here. I don't think there's a ton of science that will be packed in. The labs are vast compared to much smaller, much smaller setup from the south. Yeah. Not worried, but I'm worried though. The South they're quite anemic at the moment. And they're setting themselves up for obviously deeper kind of technology and stuff, but you can't keep yourself small and compact. Oh, anyway, you can. Expansion, making the most of all their resources. And certainly, hopefully, going into somewhere. Here we go. Perfect. Alright guys, Jimmy said that his base should possible to a 140. A 140 rocket? Bold, man, and I know he's going for it. So in an hour's time, less than an hour's time, Jimmy assumes or is trying to get his team to a 140. You can get there, man, holy crap, if you can get there. Well, you've got 17 people on your team as well, so it's not impossible as they continue to build out these chip producers. And all of the labs are dancing now. Again, it's only red and green. We're not seeing military science come in. So the fastest we had was last 2. Oh, we had a world record. Not a world record that goes on to like speedrunning.com or anything, but just for us, we had a very, very quick rocket at 1 hour and 34 minutes, something. Kinda nice. Look at the production stats. 4,400 red produced, almost 2,000 of the south. 3,700 green produced, 1,400 of the south. The south just aren't building and making. Why? Is it power? No way. I mean, they're all assembly 2s, they're all producing, but it's just very slow. I'm worried for the south. I am worried for the south. I like the fact that they've walled themselves off early. They're expecting to be hit. Will they be in a good enough position at the 1 hour and 40 mark? And they went for lab efficiency early as well. They went for research speed. So they've been flying through the early game. Now I guess it's just a case of let's just wait until it kicks in, and then we get our move on. Really, I mean. Yet to spit itself out, and that's mostly a good issue. They have oil smelting or oil processing anywhere. Ooh, kind of. Decent crude oil as well. Yeah. I'm intrigued, dude. We at the beginning of the game, people were like, "Oh, there's not enough players," and "Oh, 10v10, it's not enough." But you can have a good game with 10v10. You can have a great game with 15 on 15. And you can have an awesome game. First red chips, though, I believe, been made by the south, so they're not miles away. And they have buildings of blue. I mean, obviously they need the sulfur and that jazz as well, but like they have flamer towers being built. This is more traditional. I'd say the south are playing a much more traditional Biter Battles game, whereas I feel like this is like the new fusion way of playing Biter Battles. And if you're new and you don't know what that means, that's fine, but Jimmy has found a couple of extra wrinkles, a couple of extra layers or bits of texture to our game, kind of hammered them into a different way of us seeing the game played. It's not right or wrong, but it wins consistently and it becomes meta. At the moment, it seems to me as though plastic's finally being produced and then you can stick these down with red chips. Yeah, it appears to me as though he's found a way around our current meta. It wasn't stale, but it certainly wasn't developing as fast as you wanted it to. And obviously this is a game of automation, but let's be very clear about one thing. Innovation, the most important part. You know, it's easy to copy and paste the same tired old build. Oh, here we go, we need a mall, and then that leads on to our red-green. And finding a new way to do stuff, especially if it changes the game, forces adaptation. Innovation forces adaptation. And that adaptation forces more innovation, and we turn into a bit of an arms race. So yeah, I like what I'm seeing here from them. I'm not saying right away that it's a win. I mean, we have guys here really plowing into defensive of the base. You know, we have a wall down. It's less than an hour in. We have a full wall down. I'd be interested to see what Menander's play is, because got some gun turrets being built. Ammo is being produced. I'd like to see something come out of this effort. Q-Crat. Yeah, these guys are building with impunity. They know what they have to do. They're going for a rocket. They might not be as fast as Jimmy, but their base will be well defended. Now I know that up here somewhere, somebody prioritized walls to be built. I do remember seeing that somewhere. I might be wrong. No, they just have... They have a semblance of a plan? I have concepts of a plan. By the way, guys, how many of you guys heard that I have a concept of a plan and thought, I'm using that now in my everyday life? I have a concept of a plan. Let's minimize this now for a second. I'm still outside. No captain for me this week. Isn't it like 4 in the morning for you? What are you doing outside at 4 in the morning, dude? Like 5 maybe even. You're right, Percolate, you're right. I'm gonna call you P. I know how to say your name, but I can't say it at speed. North could have big problems. South decide to make mill and green spam. Correct. Although they do have a threat farmer up here, driving the number into the negatives. The stronger bugs will cause some problems. When the world record holder first used barreled water in his base, they said he was crazy. They still say he's crazy, but it works. True though. If it's stupid and it works, it might still be stupid, but, you know, it works, like me. But yeah, the concept of a plan from Donald Trump. We don't get political here. You're allowed, obviously, you're allowed to believe in whatever you want. Who am I to judge which way people vote? And neither will I ask. But I just found it interesting that when asked if he had a plan, rather than saying what the plan was, he said he had a concept of a plan. So every time I have a student who I've asked to like watch film or like, hey, did you study up on game tape? No, I have a concept of what they do. Brilliant. Thanks, mate. That is a golden excuse. Okay, slightly backlogged on petroleum here. Big, isn't it? It's chunky. North team looked chunky. That being said, though, I did mention this earlier. When it all turns on and it all fires up, power you need for this fast. No, you need a few of these power blocks to fuel it. So, yeah, sleepy or out here. I'm assuming this will transition itself into. You're right. You're very right, mate. I like the fact that they sent 2 people out to outpost. Alifa and Q-Crat. These guys, these are your rocket people this game, I think, for the south. And I believe that they are building up, but waiting for tech to come. What I would like to see if I'm on the south is, I believe I saw somewhere, I might be wrong, I'm almost certain I saw flamer turrets. Here we've built 15, we've got 19 flamer towers so far. I would like to see in certain areas like this where you're getting hit, just stick one down for now. You don't have to double them up just yet. Pick a single flamer tower down. Allow yourself to be AFK defense, set it. But I like the fact that they've got people working on this now. They are covering areas which will be a problem. Now, what I do believe, and what I will say, is that the way that this base is orientated, sorry if I get my coloured arrows out, that this front wall is fantastic for now, right? But please tell me that you have a plan to expand. Because as we can see, this production block here, currently right on the edge of the wall, meaning that if any of the biters decide to run at the wall and spit, it will start killing off production. What I'd like to see, or what I hope to see down the line, if I can just undo, done, I'd like to see maybe that front line being brought up a little bit. Colour. Or up. Like to here maybe? Or ideally, maybe bring this down and across, creating kind of a new-ish wall in green. So the wall's been running. The game's been running for less than an hour. Henkling. I'll give you the exact time in a second. 57 minutes is how long the game has been going for. But yeah, I'm just worried that they're building production very close to the wall, and you need to put flamer towers here. Like, this area will eventually get attacked naturally. So yeah, that's something I would be focusing my efforts and my energies on. But you know, for now, you see blue. Blue is in veins of the north base. Research hasn't kicked in yet. I'm not exactly sure why. It's because they need a mill. Ooh, that's a bit of a misplay. Aren't they? Wouldn't you just tech your blue side now? Like, just swap it out. Like, south is there. They are, yes. South are there, and they have all 4. They have a healthy amount of mill side, which I could argue. You could argue maybe you could stick in a box, buffer it here maybe. Then you have a couple of hundred, maybe a few thousand to send down the line. Now they're doing well. They're compact. If this is a monster truck, then I'd say that this is a city car. There's nothing wrong with city cars. They're nimble, they're agile, they're small, they fit into tight spaces, and they're efficient. But the monster truck runs stuff over, if you can put the right fuel in it. Not researching makes it hard, I know, right? Honestly, this is jarring, because you could be researching LDS right now, right? You're handcrafting military science. You could be doing your advanced electronics, your LDS. be doing advanced material processing right now, as I say this, right now, and you wouldn't be losing anything for it. Instead, we're seeing some blue cyan getting chested. And at the moment, the big brain of the operation is not turned on. We've done a lot of work here to get this up and running, and look, we're transitioning to purple, fantastic, and then yellow will go beyond that. But these guys are doing it. Okay, interesting. All right. There was a secondary base up north, and their job was to take care of military science, because these guys will eventually be building defenders, so you can turn this off, the military side of it, and build defenders here too. It's a new design, dude. New design. Let me show you what's going on down here. Everything, including components, making its way onto the belts. At the very back end here, have everything kind of tucked into boxes. Hate it. We're about to hit the 1 hour mark. And let me know, honestly, be honest with me, if you had to pick a side that would win in 1 hour, so at the 2 hour mark, we're saying that one team is ahead to the point where they're winning, who would you pick? I'm saying in 60 minutes time, you say that the South are in a winning position, say the North are in a winning. See now, the idea, the concept of defenses have gone down. The idea of defense have gone down. Yeah, they need to obviously build them and build them up. They have a lot of walls. Still, they will continue to produce walls as well. So, North can make it happen. This is a behemoth. A lot to ask. Big front line here. Very long front line to defend. And I guess other question to ask is basically, where can South go from here? They get to purple and yellow from this tiny base? Is there enough resource to continue building and research? Could they even add to the labs here? Could we have another row? Could we have another column? I really like this though. The fact that the defense is about, oh dear, and they're making it big. Holy. I've got time for it. I've got time for it. So the outpost it takes care of the mill side for you, so you don't use mill in this build. Again, with blue, damn, actually they're out of a lot. You grab this stuff now and see. So you can leapfrog certain. I would grab this stuff and chuck it into it. Like, surely, if your labs are starving, and have it here, boxes, redistribute. So the South are on the clock in many ways, many ways. Their research will be slower due to less labs. Their outposts definitely aren't research. They're going for a follower count though, and let's be honest, the game changer here is Zero Sun. Zero Sun is a very strong defender and threat farmer. So maybe the cheat code here is how Zero plays, how Straightener, if Straightener is defending as well, plays. Run ITYTD, but doesn't mean that you shouldn't threat farm. I think you should always try and get some level of control over the bugs. The North are at minus 4k, the South are at minus 2k, 2.4. But we're about to see turn on for Southern Defender. It makes sense. It could help them get that gap they need for UCAT Caliphate to get up to Rocket. The size and scale of the North. Okay, going for more power, they're going to need it. Power on the North, very good. Power on the South, fine. Absolutely no worries whatsoever with that. Even add more to it. They're putting oil all the way around the edge, which you need. Oh no, is this oil coming? Get those flamer towers down. You've got them. Not everybody will have a job right now, so somebody grab these. There we go. Made 26 of them, that's fine. Pick one every now and again, out and around. And I really hope nobody's bringing flamer towers up this area. Because this should be its own separate base down here. It does not need to be, what's the word? Part of main base. Alright, Cognitive's got some ideas on smelting. It looks to me like they're going to start making an extra steel line. And we're still not exactly sure. Oh, bots. Maybe lasers or bots? Dude, I've been testing, so I'll stream this so that we all see the levels of genius that were achieved. I think I've got to build a correct build for mix patches. Not only a way to pull it out, but also a way to separate it, a way to funnel those separated lanes into more condensed lanes. I think that I am almost certain that I don't know if I can populate an entire mix patch, but let's say for instance 2 rows of miners on this, 2 rows of drills. I reckon I can handle that. I reckon I can find a way through. And I've got 2 to 3 different builds that can have that happen, that can handle that. But yeah, as we see, you know, main base, all the resources now stitched up south and equal. I mean, there's still a little bit of bonus here. You get a bit more iron. Production out, but yeah, you know, things are almost maximized. To the point where you need to start bringing in external ores, which they are doing. All of this is going to filter down. If this is really compact, dude, think about this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of science, minus obviously white because you get that from say rockets, and minus military, which is done by your outpost. There are 5 tiers of science. A tiny piece of that. No, I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that this area to the right. So let's count it out, right? Let's count this out. Level 1, level 2, level 3 is skipped. Obviously, you know, that's done in the outpost. Level 4. Draw over in one again. 5. Level 6, right? That's kind of wild how you can squeeze all of that into one tiny area. And I know that the stuff above us, huge and monstrous. Smelting that's going on above us and the production that's going on above us is massive compared. But you couldn't really get more compact than this. You could squeeze maybe a tile. And I mean that, like half a tile out of certain areas of this. This is all of the research you need to get to a rocket, minus mill. And then, you know, we take a look, wipe this out real quick. Take a look up north. See that. Don't worry, bruv. Got you. Yep. I'll do the first 3. Easy to first 2. Make mill happen. And then when we're done with military science, we don't need it anymore. I'm going to delete these buildings. And I'm just going to make defenders here. Or we'll just make defenders here. There we go. Perfect. And I'm going off. Quite fun. Very nice transition there. Very, very nice transition. On Discord. My phone. Everybody's very happy. My friends are getting engaged. Whoop whoop. Brilliant. And the memes are flying around already. This, I don't know if this is a good play. I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I don't know if stitching up the defensive outpost to the main base is really worth doing. It can't hurt, but it's certainly going to spread you out if you get bots later. I would prefer, if you're keeping yourself small into main, I prefer these walls to just fit up this. But a second wall or a second front isn't. Oh. No, dude, don't do this. Why are you opening up? This is not the right play to make. No, you don't remove a wall already down. Somebody needs to tell him. He might have been asked to do this, but if a wall's down, keep it down. You know, when you get broken into, it's just another line of defense, right? It's another level of defense that keeps you safe. This isn't in the way of anything. It's 3 or 4 tiles of a safety net now being pulled up. But if that's what the captain wants, a bit too big though. Or is it? I don't know. Certainly some iron you can use from here. That's fair, that's fair. But what I mean though is that if you're going to keep your base compact, may as well keep the wall as well here. You're going to build a deeper wall, that's fine. But hold on to this, like, may as well. You're going to be building more anyway, like you're not going to tap your stone patch out, I don't think. But yeah, it's just a small thing. I don't think it's really game winning or ending. Value of this base will slowly but surely kind of peter out at the 2-3 hour mark. And again, if Jimmy's getting a rocket at 1 hour and 40, 32 minutes away from that. I don't see it happening, guys. RCUs need to be built, LDS need to be built. That line needs to be built. Need to research the silo as well. That's not going to happen in a space of time, surely. Now, aiming for 140 and getting it 150 is fine. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Again, another contaminated line. Surely there needs to be some level of. But you could split off ships and run them down, right? Base here to do that, to run them between these red inserters. Cross contamination all the way? No. How do you solve a problem like this? Like, eventually the stuff will make it, but it might make it too late. Like, if... And where's it gonna go? I don't know. I like the idea of what they're doing here, but it seems quite... I don't want to use the word reckless, but it is... And I know it's efficient, don't get me wrong. But look at this. There's science in boxes. The lab's not on. And I'm not hating, I'm just saying, like, this small... I would grab somebody and go, hey man, just grab whatever's here. Just hold down Z and just fly over the labs, right? It'll figure itself out. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a play that could be made, probably could be. What is going on with South? Let's push. Yeah, what are they on? Shooting speed, the defenders are kicking in from both sides here. Shooting speed and projectile damage going in. They're behind in research. Avev's good. I mean, as we see a pistol box getting destroyed. Defenders are on the cards for the South. And Zero Sun's doing a decent job. They can't throw out too many. I think it's at this point in time like 10 is the max amount. You're not going to be able to throw out 10, or you should bring out 10 all the time because you're not building that many to replenish. You want to be constantly bouncing in and out of your base, using your stuff as it reloads in your boxes, defensive outpost, and then only to come back out here and start this again. Again, as a one-person effort, this is fine. Absolutely fine. You want to be killing off as many worms as you can. It doesn't really matter if you kill off any of the bases. You're yourself alive. And you don't necessarily need to be in a car either. I know people in cars. You could do this by running too. In North, Claw, there we go. It's doing very similar kind of play. Throwing out your defenders, getting close to the bases, rattling off the bugs. And yeah, I like it. Let's check out the stats. I haven't checked out the stats for a while. The South have killed 3,300, with the defenders being 2,800 of those. The North 7,300, with the majority of them going to grenades. Enough. Defenders at higher for them. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. I get the feeling that I played, and obviously it's been a while since I played, but the game has changed. Like, I really want to get in and start fucking things up. Because it just seems to me like we're missing out on certain levels of the game. Or certain opportunity, that's the right way to put it. Opportunities to fuck around with other teams. More people building power. Norup's out here. Bots. 64 of them so far. Power is a bit of an issue. It's being a threat. No input for what? No, bruh, come on. Don't be silly, Billy. You might be called Billy, but it doesn't mean you need to be silly. They're getting better, mate. Do you know why? It's because they can watch stuff back now. Beforehand, there was no recorded version of the game. Now, I believe that streaming the game and having the ability to watch them back, people are looking at what is and what isn't, and learning what isn't done. I'm not saying it's because of me, but I'm saying that more and more people are streaming the game, more and more people are showing it off. Which is why I don't want to get algorithmed at the beginning of my my videos. You swear in the first 10 minutes. As far as I'm aware, you get algorithmed to the point where you don't get recommended to people. And most of the people that watch my YouTube videos are people that aren't from Biter Battles. The statistics are showing that I'm just getting shown to other Factorio players who eventually come and play in the server. So I feel like I'm doing my part. Yeah. I'm doing my part. Yeah, and that's just it for Abs. Map is a huge component as to whether or not you can do what you want. Seeing how many main fights new. I was looking at how many build cola shoes because we all of it. Boxing up a decent amount. Confident. What I'd like to see now, here we go, is I know you've got a threat farmer. Let's get some actual defense down, right? We know we're up against Jimmy if we're on the south. We know Jimmy's fast. So let's have a concerted effort to, if we're going to be seeing rocket rushes early, let's make sure that this area has some defense. Make this work. Give ourselves a chance to. Oh, bro, why? So, we see it every week. Have red belts been built yet? No more items. Need to see this. 42 red belts have been built on North. Oh no. Tragic. Although the North built their first blue chip at 1 hour and 7 minutes in, they're cranking them out at the moment. Yeah, the South race. They're in a race, but they're just being overtaken. We do have bots though, and I'm not sure if Jimmy's build factors bots in. It does. See though, purple is coming out. Now blue is a bit of a backlog because of red chip. That's purely because red chips are being consumed down the line. Again, look. Only like a couple of labs on, but blue sign here, boy. Like health is 60, 120, 171 blue signs. Come on, you've got purple in your labs and blue in a box. The thing that's limiting you is sat in a box, hundreds of them. You can grab all of this blue and just spread it out and just research faster. And I know Micro Boy is cheating by stream sniping. Because if he wasn't stream sniping, he'd run away. Oh, there we go. Got you, mate. You would make that play though, right? Anybody working in main, look here and be like, okay, let's just flood this. There's no way they're going to send it if you're looking for a rocket rush, right? So what's slowing us down after that? Slightly slow to the punch on LDS. This is not the kind of that labs flashing that you want to see at all. You certainly would want as much of this as you can have turned. No bueno. So in many ways, this working? No? It's certainly on. Half a blue. Oh yeah. That point. But you'd make that play, right? 171, 129, 87, 66, 46. 40. So there's over 500 blue signs here. 34, 20, 12, 1, 170. Nah, boys, there's close to 1,000 blue signs here. Get that out of those boxes right now and get them in the labs. I'm not like I should be impartial, but that has to happen now. This is, look, it's dead and it has purple in it. Oh, makes me sad. Very sad. I get you. Sleepy goes down. Oh, I have new emotes, by the way. I have new emotes. You might not be able to see it in chat unless you have BTTV. But if you have a look on stream, you should have access to all of these. So when somebody dies, I can put this in chat. Then a big F button pops up. But let me know if you have access to them. It should be free to use. It shouldn't be behind any level of, subscription or anything like that. King of Goo Goo, nice to have you with us, mate. How are you? How's your weekend, mate? It's been a while. I hope everything's okay. Hope you're having a good weekend. And thanks for joining us. We're looking at a very unconventional build. And it is turning itself into a bit of a... Ah, there we go. Jimmy's figured it out. There you go, spread the love. Spread the love. Have all of the science you need. Yeah, that's a typical design, isn't it? You have a long engine production, then you just tack on flamers near the end, right? And then down the line you can use like your robot flying frames and stuff. Like, this is all relevant. But Stealth having bots is kind of a big deal, right? Although, why are we pulling this up? And why are we using bots to pull this up? I'm sorry, but that's just lazy. Get your bots out here, get them doing this, the important stuff. You as a player can pull this up much quicker than any bot can. This almost is like bot abuse. But never mind, you know, new players making mistakes with bots is nothing new. But I would rather that whoever's made that play to grab walls and come and... That's just me. We can't all be legends. Okay, small laser build. This I like to see. This is new. This is definitely good news for the South. Although they will absolutely need a lot of them. Having them being built now at the 1 hour and 20 minutes. We're getting really quick. 1 hour and 11 minutes was our first laser. People that mess around with the roboports, genuinely, they rustle my jimmies massively. Hey, and in this bot network, 250, 248, that's pretty nice. I'll be happy with that. It's the one thing that I noticed, right? So it's a bit of a tangent, a bit of a side note here, but when in McIntyre, when Derek gets bots, the reason he's quick, he continues to build the blueprints as well. And I noticed that Bite Battles players don't do that. Have like a blueprint down and we just go, oh yeah, bots will do that. If you stick it down, the bots have more chance to go off and do a different job. So yeah, no, before this was just a normal game. That was on easy mode, I think. I might be wrong, but I think it was a normal game that's on easy mode. Right, I'm just going to go for a quick stretch, because my back is killing me. I've been leaning forward for like the last hour. Oh. Okay, there we go, that's better. Yeah, components, late game components. It's interesting as well to see a game that don't have those enormous outpost mix builds. Oh, there we are, boys. There it is. Components go brr. How fast it is. Apparently, Jimmy doesn't go for anything defensive. It's just well, that was yellow. I thought we were other building here. Might be wrong. Yellow somewhere else. Yeah, Jimmy just goes for speed. Make it quick. Make it snappy. LDS is backing up to the point where just make these steel chests. I would anyway. Steel chest this stuff. You need it. Oh. That's some very expensive components down on the ground. Okay, here's yellow. There we go. Oh, it was roughly in the place. Yellow at 1 hour and 22. Does this mean that we're on for a rocket for 140 though, perhaps? No, that's the thing, is that does this mean that we're close to that time, or are we like slightly out? There have been moments like this where research has been... Obviously that's happening up in the outpost, but where research starts to die a little. Then again, you have to think about prepping your silo for the rocket too, right? It means pulling up some iron. I don't know. I'm not sold on that idea. And can they? That's the big issue here. Is can South get them up there? They're at minus 23,000 threat farming. Sleepy and the guys out on this outpost are smashing the threat farming. Oh, my music's finished. Done. Alright, we've done disco. We tried tribal music, but it didn't work. We tried getting really spiritual at the beginning of the game. We tried attacking our chakras. Om. And that didn't work. As the game ramps up, I will change the music to be more and more on. Oh, it's not on. Terrible playlist. Why am I doing that? Music. What is aesthetic music?
Social media on
Hang on, we're going to listen to an aesthetic playlist. Can you guys hear that? Super low. Okay, right, yeah, so that's super low level, so let me know if you cannot hear that music. I've just stuck another playlist on. Like, quiet. So I might need to mess around with our volume level. Looks good, sounds crap. And what is this? Hang on. I did mention earlier that I wanted to stream me kind of messing around with stuff like this. But surely it's not. I have ideas of how you do this, but my ideas don't look like this. But we're gonna follow this through, okay? Like, we are in that midsection of the game where we're waiting for research to kick in. So let's dive into the mind. Let's follow. Let's follow a genius on a journey of discovery as to the red belt solution, the mixed belt solution, that is, dealing with the mega patch. If this works, this could really help the South. They need more ore and they don't have more in Maine. But what is in Maine is an ugly, a hideous monster of a beast. Mixed patch. Apparently this contraption that we're looking at here filters it. How well it filters, one question that we will need to know the answer to. I mean, Enkling's kind of onto what I was about to talk about. But it's okay. We'll see. We'll see whether this works or not, right? I have faith in Aus Mister, which I'm guessing is a guy from Austria, AUS. Unless it means something else. And I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name, by the way, Aus Mister. We're currently, you don't know this right now, but you're on YouTube and people are watching you play, and maybe they're watching genius happen. We could be watching an Einstein eureka moment right now when it comes to dealing with the problem that is mixed builds. South Outpost. You mean Rag? Rag's gone for a laser base. Very nice. Qcrat going for your conventional mixer. One of Outstanding's favourite players to me. And again, we have some lasers here as well. This outpost, this is a two-person outpost, by the way, which is, oh no, 3 now, 4. To begin with, it was Califabop and Qcrat. They've done very well for themselves. Very, very well for themselves. You can see Qcrat building all of the lanes, not letting the bots do all the hard work, getting involved. So we could be looking at a conventional set of mixers, will then kind of be plastered across towards the west from the east, and fed by all of this raw material. But we were looking at this, and the reason why this is a very important thing to watch is that the person that does eventually crack the code, I think we need to name it after them. So if I manage to tame the beast, the unwieldy, and again, you're building stuff up to a wall, that's terrible, mate. Need some defense back here, by the way. So this isn't that great, but it doesn't matter. It's fine, you know, he's trying his best. They're trying their best, right? I already see stone on an iron belt. Not worked. What are we missing? We're missing some filtration here, aren't we? Because I see iron further down and copper further down here and stone, but there's stone on an iron belt to begin with. Now, is there a secondary process? Is there a secondary process that will filter the unfiltered? So yeah, if I manage to solve this, which I plan on doing, and there should be a monetary prize attached to solving this problem, that is the mix build, I would want it to be called the ghosty solution, right? Or the ghosty build, or you know what I mean? Just because I was the person to do that. And today's Ausmeister's turn to go down in history as the genius that cracked the code. Now, maybe initially the filters weren't set correctly. You can see that we have... Yeah, I know. maybe we will see the dawn of a new industrial day. Because I'm telling you now, right now, just now, but right now, with yellow ticking into the labs of the north, as they research RCUs, moving into Speed Module 3, following up by Rocket Silo, the play that Alsmeister is making here could win his team the game. And that's not fake news, that's just my opinion. But this could win them the game. Or it could be a waste of time. You could either be wasting a lot of bot resources right now, that could be, I don't know, placing down defenses and making the wall thick. Or maybe even building this. Or maybe even this. That you need this, and are going to be late to production. Instead, they're flying all the way over here and placing a miner that you could have had in your pocket the whole time. Again, people get lazy with bots. My argument is, you can still build stuff. The moment that bots get researched, you shouldn't cripple yourself by cutting your own legs off and refusing to build anything else. Rocket Sailor takes 5 minutes. But surely the rocket timer is for a rocket in a silo, right? The 1 hour and 40 means they have to have built one and stuck it in. And I might be missing out on some production here, but do you need RCU production? They have LDS. RCU production obviously can happen. Decent amount. Yeah. Then I guess it's a case of our what do we call it? It's a case of our what's the word? A satellite. All feasible, all doable. But then also we've got to think about this area. How are we prepping this? Where are the beacons? Are we hand feeding it? I mean, I probably would at this point, just for one rocket. You know, you can build up production down the line. So yeah, the beacons have been lit. Gondor calls for aid. Ah, great film. I need to rewatch those films. They're amazing. We're into the back end of the game now. All of the sciences required are flooding into labs. I even see some military science here, meaning that the outpost, the Dr. Claw, has run all the way down here to hand off some military science to the main base. Yellow and a couple of components are being swept back up into boxes. And this is where you want to be. Is that position that you want to be to keep yourself in? Chip production, LDS production, flying down the line with some speed ones. Speed ones, my bad. Blue chips are flying down the line. They're being sorted into red belted, obviously. Red carpet treatment, all the way down to the bottom. They're being filtered into boxes. And you don't need a ton of yellow science, you know. They are cranking out a ton, but it takes a while. Power is not an issue for now. I believe somebody was out here building power blocks. Of course, there are loads of them. Great play. Defensive outpost, well, they forced their rat farm into the minus 32,000, minus 12,000 for the south. Plump Cat and defenders continuing on that good work. Zero Sun, I'm guessing, is reloading, continuing to build. And again, this again is mixed patch smelting, sushi smelting at its best. This is, again, we're using the bots, and I feel like it's super lazy, especially as you have other jobs to do, like, I don't know, this, right? You don't need your bots to make this happen for you. You can build this. That's my one bugbear about bot players. They get bots and they stop playing. You can make this happen. You can build this, and you can pull this up. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? You've played Factorio for 5 minutes. Oh dear. Well, let's check in on the outpost out here by QCrat. Beginnings of that mixer is happening. No way Rag's going for a rocket. See, stuff like that, right? People building belts means your bots don't have to. Obviously, the North don't have bots. Which means when we get to defense, things could really kind of... Talking of that, guys, I need to go and put some food in the oven. If I don't do it now, I'm going to be really hungry at the end of the game and I'm going to have no energy. But we're going to do something different. We're going to do something different. So we're going to do... we're going to follow a genius at work. We're watching Van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh painting a masterpiece. Creating something that only us humans, us mere mortals, can only conceptualize as an idea is coming to life in front of us now. This isn't Dr. Frankenstein animating Dr. Frankenstein's monster. This is artwork. What we're seeing here in front of our own very eyes and ears, poetry. It's physical poetry in the making as it stands. And I want to, for one, welcome the new era, the new age. We've ascended beyond the digital age, the what they call it, the postmodernism that we experience in our modern day artwork. Now, behold, in a factorial game of bite battles, we as a species, humans, have ascended. Welcome to the new era that is mixed builds. Now, whether it's a devolution and a step backwards, time will only tell. But I couldn't have painted a better picture for what we're about to see here, whether it works or not. So yeah, I tried my best, alright? That's the best you're going to get out of me is that. So, I will be back in 2 minutes. I need to go and turn my oven on and put some food in. So, we're just going to follow Hausmeister. I want to see this actually turn on and work. I'm not saying this to set him up for failure. I'm just trying to have a bit of fun whilst we wait for stuff to happen. Obviously, we're not too far away from rocket stuff, so yeah, I'll be with you very shortly. I just need to eat. I'm starving, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. No, they've not launched yet. They've not launched yet. 1 minute away from launch. Or 1 minute away from the 140 mark. They've done well here, though. They've done well. Yellow. Europe went for I think it was 37 on the nose, 136 point something. It was the end of 136, start of 137. I'm not sure if like the doors opening counts as the rocket coming in. Oh no, it was the launch itself. Sorry, my bad. Let me get the video. Easiest way for me to check it, actually. I have a YouTube channel where all this stuff goes up, so I can double check. Where are we at? Here we go.
Deal with them. Like, you're not going to have 30 lasers to just stick down straight away for this.
Okay, right. Yeah, I'll post it into chat. Here we go. So that was the video. It'll be 1 hour and sorry. It's probably bookmarked. It's almost certainly going to be bookmarked. So check it out when it does come through. Dude, this is such a waste of time for the bots. I'm going to be totally honest with you, right? If I was somebody at the front line here, be connecting all my roboports, and I'd start to look at fleshing out the wall. Now we're swallowing up more. It needs to happen. We need to protect some of these outer bases, but okay, back to the threat farm for Zero Stun. Managing to push the threat deep into the 24,000 now. Obviously very good for them. Very, very good for them. Wall for the north, if they can get it down, is huge. But again, I don't think they've got bots, if any, so this is all handmade, I guess. Or hand placed. And you have the people to do it. Crap, dude. This is a lot. Let me watch Prodless Rocket. Oh, 21 fuel has gone in. Let me take a look. Rocket silo is less than half. Less than half. Their research is on though, and their labs are flying. They're missing some purple in certain areas. Purple seems to be a slight lower element. I'd say like maybe half of the labs are working. When purple comes through, hopefully more will turn. Rocket in Silo is an interesting one. Their LDS will reach here in time. It's going to be a scramble. I don't think we're hitting 140 or beyond 140. I think we're going to hit the 2 hour mark before a rocket. RCUs are coming through. LDS should be coming through as well from somewhere up here. What boxes of LDS here? Just finding a way to pipe them in. Obviously make sure they're not stacked up. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I know. Not purple though. Not the science they need. But yeah, you're right. I guess what'll happen is they'll send white science and then they'll spam this, push the threat number deep. But yeah, we're missing a couple of important sciences, like red, for instance. I mean, you don't need that to be sat in a box. It won't do anything. Purple seems to be a limiting factor on the north. Meanwhile, on the south, be a yellow at all? Are we purple at all? Or are we not planning that? This is still going down. I don't know why. Like, what are we doing? I'm gonna say this now. South lose, and it's because the bots have been misused and I don't think this will give them anything anywhere near the level of throughput they think they get from this. Ultimately, this I think is a waste of time, because as you can see, bots have to take ore off of a belt and then place down a splitter. Like, just do it yourself. It makes so much more sense for you as a player, remove this stuff and replace it. Lazy to just stand here. queue up the bots to charge. It's a pet peeve of mine, but just why? As more smelting goes down, what will this create for us, really? That's my question. Well, what are we getting out of this? Where's it going to go? I might be wrong. If this is game changing, then fair enough, but I just don't think. And to answer your question, Crazy, it's north. For now, it's north. North are almost at a rocket. They are... I mean, the south have got ambitions, right? And they have the right level of build. I think they're probably about half an hour behind. Yeah, and what's happening here is that somebody is standing next to it. Watch it happen. So, it like... This hurts me. This hurts me spiritually. We do not need to be here. This does not need to be this level of play. And again, if for instance, like, I don't know, a laser blueprint goes down right now and a rocket gets sent, where are our bots? Hovering with iron ore, charging. Hovering with random items I could have in my inventory. I could place this down here. I could make all of this happen without the need. That laziness. And what do we really call it? Is it entitlement? It's like, I don't have to do stuff anymore. I can just place down whatever I want, get whatever I want. Now, let's talk about threat, because if a rocket does start to get built, how many needs to go down for us to crowbar out the south from their threat farming? They're minus 33,000 at the moment. One rocket will not do the job at ITYTD. And I know there's a calculator, and I haven't managed to figure out how to use the tested calculator yet, but you know, we've got not enough RCUs at the moment. We have a healthy amount of fuel. LDS will come, and they do have a lot of LDS, so that's not a problem. So it's RCUs that are a bit of an issue. Right, research. Silos closing in. South are aiming for a nuke way before they get their yellow and purple in. Okay, interesting. I think the south are just miles behind. Miles behind. I mean, they're even trying to research a tank. Once a silo is done, they're going to go tank and then flammable. They can do whatever they want, basically. But there's like laser upgrades that need to happen for the north. For the south, sorry. You know, there's some really important stuff that needs to be in, and power is an issue. Oh dear, power is an issue. Holy. This was fine 5 minutes ago. What's happened? Connected from main. There's two different power networks. Am I wrong here? I think there's two different power networks. Oh dear, so one side isn't connected to the other. Oh, that's wounding. And it's something as simple as people fucking around with bots and deleting stuff they don't need. All of a sudden we end up with a nightmare situation like this. Oh, you love to hate to see it. Hate to look. Different power network. Separated by pole. Here's one, here's the other. One single pole. And we're still jumping around though. Still at yellow. Out of the woods yet. It is, mate. Okay, so let's take a look at blue chips. 10 minutes off from the south to the north, the south being slower to the punch. Everything else seems kind of close. Production wise, RCUs obviously the north have produced more than anything. Avev should be in game. Find him. Avev's here. Right by oil processing. Not moving too much. Probably coordinating. But I think that, yeah, the north will get. Next 1v1 tournament, I think you'd have to ask Carl. Who's the guy that organised the last one? Or Carl 3, to give him his full title. I think you'd have to ask him, because I believe he had... We did 3 in a row. We did one just before Christmas, one just after Christmas. So we saw Raslington won 1, Anti-Elites won 1, and who won the last? Ness? It might have been Ness. I might be wrong here, but I remember that we've had 3 different winners basically. Not always the same person that's winning. But I'd love to cast another 1v1 tournament. I think the best thing to do is ask in our Discord, Fraggle, and see if anybody goes, yeah mate, let's do it. Let's set it up, because it only takes 2 or 3 people, and then we need a prize pool, obviously. People to commit a little bit of cash to sweeten the deal, but I found it really fun. I streamed for 10 hours, mate. That was a long day. But at the end of it, we had a grand final. Anti-Elites ended up beating, I think it was Clutch in the final. So it was a good day. A really good day of Vita battles. We've got some lasers in the south. I believe there might be ambitions to have, yeah, these kind of small laser productions. But again, with the bots. Again, we haven't... So... My take is that we need this to be plugged into stuff, right? If this stuff isn't plugged in, we're just backing stuff up into areas. We might not need another 5 smelters to be put down, because we don't have the throughput. So plug this stuff into other buildings. Plug this stuff into production. I think it's a time waste. Absolute time waste. And a dangerous one at that. What started off as a bit of a joke now could be a genuine bottleneck for the south in terms of misuse, about misallocation of, but they're still stuck on not going to purple search, and so behind, mate. They're so far behind. The north built yellow and purple within 10 minutes of each other at the 1 hour and 13 mark, and then the 1 hour and 23 mark. Made 1600 and 1300 respectively, purple to yellow. Alright, prod 3s go in, and the rocket begins to be built. With no beacons. 1 beacon. Gondor calls for aid, light the beacon. I'd pull all this up, mate. You don't need iron ore compared to a rocket right now. What little you lose in rocket more than makes up for the fact that it builds fast. The south are in for it, mate. And unless they get their lasers down, they are in big problems. They haven't got maximum coverage yet for beacon, so there's that. Helps. I would be very surprised now if we don't see the north win this game. I am struggling to come up with scenarios and concepts or ideas where south win this. Their threat farming is deep, but not even as deep as north. They don't have laser upgrades, their power infrastructure is not strong, they don't have purple-yellow science research yet, so they can't even get to a rocket anytime soon. We're not really in a good position here on the south. All we have, base, minimalistically defended, at best, you could argue. So yeah, we're in for a world of pain if we're on south and they decide, for whatever reason, just throw a few rockets at the south, let it happen. Although RCUs are somewhat of a limiting factor, we're now almost fully beaconed, right? Almost fully beaconed. Again, it's not like we don't have a fair amount of it coming in. It's coming in slow. Yeah, all they really need to do on the north is push the south to 90%. Once the behemoths appear, threat farming stops. And that threat will naturally turn positive. In the meantime, you can build up another 2 to 3. So, yeah, 91 out of 100, 92 out of 100. Certainly getting there. And we'll stay on this. We'll stay on this just to record the exact time that it pops out. Okay, rocket number 1. Minus, however, satellite. We do need a satellite in this thing. So it's sitting in the silo. I don't think that's the record, right? It needs to actually take off. I mean, at least my understanding is it needs to get into the sky for it to count. And here we go. 154, 155. It's just ticked over. Technically, the rocket has just left. So I'll leave you guys to debate whether that's a 154 or a 155. I'm good with either of those. But 1,000 white science is now in the hands of the North at the sub 2 hour mark. And they send instantly. And the evolution jumps to 81%. That's massive. Or as my friend would like to say, that's mahusive. A 69.5% evolution jump and only 28,000 spawn. What this means now is that anybody on the south that's threat farming is going to start dealing with big, angry green bugs once they spawn in. See, there's lots of blue guys here that have just appeared. These are bigs. Medium-sized bugs have purple shells. Guys, the small bugs have brown shells. The small bugs now will cease to exist on the map. Everything that spawns in will be medium-sized blue, or sorry, big bugs, blue or medium-sized purple, and they are 81% evolved. You can go over 100% evolved for sure. As you can see now, these bugs are not going down so easy, and they take a lot more bullets to kill. They're quicker, they hit you harder. They're just a pain. Like, you cannot continue to threat farm efficiently now above 80. You need to have some incredible upgrades, like P5 shooting upgrade, basically. Maybe a power armor with some lasers. Yeah. North has some laser production. I'm almost sure I saw some. But their research is flying at the moment. Like, they are just in such a good position now to just give their defenders all of the tech they could possibly want. Very good. Yeah, it's very, very good. And all in a very compact space. You know, this is big, obviously, but it's not enormous. There is somebody out there making laser towers. I'm 99% sure of it. And what this means for the south is that your base is going to start getting hit, and flamers will not be good. You need to get some lasers down. You need little pods of lasers. And I guess you're researching the laser tech now. Kind of all you can do, really. Miles away from purple signs. Miles away from yellow. And maybe they just know, like, where are we going with this? Where is this getting plugged into? My question. We have a load of smelting down, right? And this somehow is going to change the world or improve everything, but where's it going? What was the purpose of build LDF? I don't know. Room for a world of pain, and their front line isn't ready. Now, good job King Crimson has been on it the whole time. He's been one of the ones putting the ball down. I think this is going to be tight. If the South manage to get this, because the North can't keep sending rockets at the same kind of rate they did for number 1, but they're already at 61 out of 100, and the next send will turn the South positive for sure, with behemoths too. Yeah, well, yeah. They need to get those lasers down. Even a 1 thick laser wall, they need to do it now. As we see now, Plumpcat's managed to create some level of... Oh no, it's Zero Sun, sorry, this is a defensive base. Some level of defense, but just a little bit all over the place. I think that this is Menander coming in to deliver some lasers to main. I mean, look, they were even going for nuclear power, man. Like, that's such a long-term plan to have. And like, you're up against Jimmy 50, right? You know that rockets are coming quick. No way you get up. I want them to. I wish them to. No way. Can't see a redeeming factor. I don't think they have a lot of time, dude. I think this rocket comes in. Got a very nice amount of rocket parts. I mean, it's slow, yes, but they get to 100 out of 100, and the next rocket, behemoths turn up, and you can't threat farm anymore. I think we're probably in for a... With laser, yeah, of course with laser, yeah, big time. Like, I think with the current defenses, they just get... I think now it's about coordination. Califer and Q-Crap, they... Where can they go? What can they do? Keep pushing, I guess. North are going for lasers now. And they just... The South never really transitioned anywhere towards purple and... Do we have any purple? Hello? They got to blue really quick. And we've just sat on red, green, blue for like... all time, like the whole game. Wild, really. I need to go and check on my food real quick, so I'm going to do the follow command. Oh no, here we go. Let's watch the second rocket go up. I'll do the follow command. I want to make sure I'm not burning the stuff. Ready, buddy. Two minutes and 2 hour and 1 minute in. Rocket number 2 goes up into the sky. Quiet. Alright. I can turn my microphone up, for sure. As 1,000 more white signs comes up. I've also got COVID a little bit, mate, so my voice is a little bit, what's the word? A bit, how do I say it? Rough. Anyway, yeah, behemoths have spawned. Zero Sun is in for a world of pain. And I need to go and check in on some food, and we already have a couple of waves coming towards. We'll follow this in, my food can wait. Flame is down for a boss. Right, I'll keep it zoomed in here, and I'm going to go check on my food real quick. I'll be back in a minute. Hopefully they can repel this wave, so BRB. Hey, have there been any breakthroughs? We seem to have held now. Rocket number 3 for the north. Well, how are we looking there? Slow. Very slow. Okay. We do have some lasers down. And they have 1 or 2 upgrades in them. Dear. Has this monstrosity done anything for us? So, what was the fucking point? So we've cut production of metal plates to feed metal plates to something that has production for metal plates. What is going on? LDS is being made, that's good. Some blue chips are being made. This will obviously be RCUs. We'll need a rocket fuel as well for the main base, but I'm going to be honest, like North have got this. And they have room to spare. They have room to spare. They are superior, yes, but I just don't know if we're going to get there fast enough. Genuinely, I'm just not... I'm not so sure or confident now that purple can get turned on in time. Yellow can get turned on in time. We've been stuck for a very long time with these 4 colours only. There's more than 4 colours in the rainbow, obviously. Yeah, it does worry me slightly that we're going to see probably another 2 to 3 rockets before the South get their shit together. And I know it's on ITYTD, but all it takes is for one area of your base, an anemic defensive area, to get hit. That's it. You know, and how many times, guys, and girls, and people of the internet, how many times do we see them come in here and here and here and here? Like, it's great if they come in from the top. Like, these attacks are defendable, right? But all it takes is for, you know, for the bugs to work their way around to where there are no defenses, smash Cognitive Fund's base, then end up on a 2 thick wall with flamers. No, sorry, there's nothing there. There's literally nothing there. So what you would want, potentially, is a big thick laser wall down this side. There's nothing. And we've seen the bugs path this way. We've seen them path this way before. So let's let's check in on Rag. There's no way Rag is further ahead than... Satellite parts are being made. It's you know... If the game goes on for another hour, yes, I agree that this is on for the South, 100%. They need to defend hard, but if it's on for an hour, I don't even... Can somebody screenshot that and put that in Hall of Fame, please? Please, can somebody, please? I will... Do you know what? I'm gonna take what I said back about us seeing a progress in humanity, about us entering a new generation of intelligence, and just look at that. Please don't tell me there's a red. There is. They're gonna make red belts here. Why have we cut stone production? What is this? Why is this not making walls? Where is this going? What is this? What is this doing? What is its function? We're boxing up steel, that's great, but move it somewhere, get it somewhere, make it happen. They're going to build red belts here. I don't feel bad at all. This is an egregious waste of resources for the South. This could be ending South's chance of building anything productive in Maine. This steel and this copper and this stone, this could all go towards purple science. All of this. You could have said, like, let me do purple, I'll make it happen, and all of this stuff goes there. But no, we're going to be building red belts, red undergrounds, and that isn't going to solve the throughput issue. I can't. Sometimes I think you guys do it on purpose. Sometimes I think it's like, yeah, let's troll Ghosty. We know he's streaming, right? Let's go and do something hideous, like this. We're closing in on ban territory here, aren't we? Yeah. Well, I mean, Amalek, Caliphobop, Cognitive. I know what you mean, though. But you want somebody. I've been talking about this for an hour now. Like, somebody should have come over here and be like, no, I don't like it. I don't want it. It doesn't need to happen. Never mind. Laser researches are kicking in for the south. Their lasers are getting stronger. However, we can see here now devastation from any bugs that make it through. They will absolutely wreck the areas they're in. And these are medium bugs. Sorry, these are large bugs. I would hope that there are bots flying over here to fix these walls. If we have walls in a box. Again, I go back to this. We've cut stone off for what? This stone needs to be going towards wall production. This is not a patch you can just afford to misuse. I know that the north of... Oh no, they've used theirs. Look at that. They've actually used theirs. Brick production into cement, fine. But this doesn't... This is a waste of time. This whole thing is a waste. Unless this wins them the game, I'll roll it back on it, but... Yeah, I'm just building. Somebody else can win the game for me. I mean, if they can get... Look at this. It's such a contradiction, isn't it? It's a massive, massive contradiction because they've got everything they need to win. But they're just under so much time pressure that they just don't have the time to mess about. You're at 104%. The wall is getting breached. You need a larger wall as well, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be really, really pushing the issue with your defenses now. And unless this is where I would grab... This is where I'd grab the people that are doing this mix build, and I would say, stop. Stop it. Get some help. And come and help us here. Look, how can you ignore this? Your wall, your front door is being kicked down, and we're at the back here with some fancy art project that will get us nowhere, give us no advantage, and not help your team even in the slightest. It rustles my jimmies to no end. But some lasers are down. They are upgraded, which is nice. They've got some damage on them too. So we should be able to repel waves back. Unfortunately, if we lose 1 or 2 lasers per wave that comes, we're going to run out of lasers as well. So, yeah. Maybe they can get a nuke up, maybe. Oh, right, my alarm's gone off. My food is ready. I will be back very soon. I will keep us focused on the silo, because we're almost about to see rocket number 4, it looks like. I'll be back in a minute. I just need to go and grab my food out of the oven. BRB. Alright, happy days. As you guys know, as rocket number 4 appears, I'm not going to have my microphone on whilst I eat. But if you want to see a certain part of the map, let me know and I'll head over to there now. I can still read chat and I'll still scan about, but nobody wants to hear me chewing on chicken. So, yeah, we'll do that.
If you want to compose your own
And this is now being tested, guys. Holy. There are holes in the base that need to be plugged. Disconnected lasers. Oh, you hate to see it. Hate to see it. Patch. A hole that needs to be patched right now. It needs to be patched yesterday. This is a dangerous ground for the south. They're getting taken out left, right, and centre, and they have a large front line as well. So covering a lot of ground here with not that many bots. 851 bots in the network, and some of them have been tasked to wait for it. Now, I'm not saying that I was right. The reason you get to the very top of the server and you end up becoming one of the best players on the server is you identify stuff early. And yeah, this is a waste of time. Switching this off was a waste of time. And now players that should be defending are wasting time at the back, building stuff, not realizing that in about 5 minutes time, when these bugs are done with your defense, they're going to come for your build, the one that you've been messing around with for the last 10 minutes. This is GG's, boys. I hate to say it, but there's just not enough manpower or brain power even. There's not enough brain power in the South's defense. There are some people really trying hard. Zero Sun's trying hard. We've had Avev's been doing hard. Mananda. There've been some King Crimson as well. I think it was King Crimson. He's gone now, but he was absolutely smashing their defense. But you need bodies for this. It's a sad loss, mate. It's a sad loss. Now we've got some people theory crafting what to do with all the stuff we built, but we're not going to have a base. We're not safe. And again, it's a contradiction, but it comes back to you want to build, but you should be defensively minded as well, right? You don't just get a sandbox where you get to do whatever you want. The other team are coming for you, and they're coming for the jugular. Jimmy sends another 1,000. Which ups the... we're at 121% evolution now. We're on ITYTD. The base is absolutely devastated. And even in some of the stronger areas of defense, we're seeing pure devastation. The North will continue to build rockets. The South will continue to get hollowed out, basically. Look at that. That's main bots. Main bots are building. Nah, this isn't good enough, guys. This isn't good enough. We need to not be blueprinting this over reinforcing this. Surely not. I'm not calling people out, by the way. I'm just saying that priority should be repair, stabilize, fix the front line, and then whatever big plan you have at the back here, that comes second to, to this. But a nuclear reactor is up. It's firing up. So this could help. Outpost is dying. It's dead. It's GG, boys. It's GG. The North have been very, very quick, but I think the South, for far too long, we didn't transition to purple. We didn't transition to yellow fast enough. And again, it's still a quick game at 2 hours and 23, and it'll go on for another 10-15 minutes, but the bugs are just picking where they want to kill and just killing it. It's game. The outpost, the one signifying factor of them kind of coming back and winning, dead. And can Rag drag this out of the clutches of defeat? Or have we already been swallowed up and we're just waiting? I think we're just waiting, boys. It's inevitable. I'm going to have a bit more of my chicken. Sorry, man. I wanted it to go on for longer. This is, it has the potential to be a very good game. Had the potential. But lessons learnt, boys. How long did we spend on this? How long are we still spending on this? It's great having nuke stuff up, but you could have done that without this. And yeah, the front line, devastated. Absolutely devastated. They're just chewing through. As I'm chewing through my chicken and rice, the biters are chewing through South's defences. And as tasty as my chicken and rice is, you hate to see it. There's just no way of coming back from this. It's a slow grind to a painful end. Stabilising this would be miraculous. It would be a miracle for the South to hold on. They could still do it. I'd give them a 1% chance of making it back from this. But with the outpost being devastated, and look at this, this has just been torn to pieces. This has been shredded. Can't rebuild, surely not. I will wear a hat and then eat it. I'm saying this now on stream, and I mean it. I will wear a hat and eat it if the South win this game. That is it. That is ghosty guaranteed. That will happen. I will physically eat a hat if the South managed to come back from this. Yeah, it's like chow mein chicken with some rice. Kind of made it a couple of days ago and realised I need to cook it. So if anybody's on the South, now we need to find a reason to ban Jimmy. Yep. I noticed as well, by the way, is that there are waves coming in everywhere, right? They've been hit on the side as well. But right next to your power block, imagine if this goes down, you lose the chance of any lasers going off at a considerable distance. And don't tell me they're about to rip up the masterpiece. It's not allowed. Cannot attack the glorious red thing. The red dawn. That's still jammed up. It's still jammed up. Oh dear. Oh dear. Everything is being eaten. Om nom nom gun turret. What's next? Oh look, a battery and oh the laser box. No. Don't kill the laser box. Oh please don't. Let me just chew up some batteries real quick. As another 1,000 white signs goes across. They're gonna do it, aren't they? They're gonna splash a box. Oh no! R.I.P. I'm pressing F in chat, boys. Almost 100 lasers went down. And for any of you with BTTV activated, you will see this emote pop up. Capital F, but obviously it's all the same. The outpost gets smashed. There is no coming back from this. The biters are deep within the base and they are fast. They're red belting their way. They're so quick, they're like blue belts. The bugs are red belting their way to victory. And all we can really say is well played both sides. The North had a huge plan, but it was a messy game. You're right, Outstanding, it is a mess. I feel like we stalled between the 1 hour and 10 mark for the South, then maybe the 1 hour and 20, 30, where there's no planned transition away from blue. It just kind of got stuck a little bit, and the North just kind of executed their plan very well. They've sent multiple rockets, and we're before the 3 hour mark, and like there's nothing left for the South to defend. This is just it. This is it. Hey, there we go. Lots of F's in chat, boys. It's game. The base is dead. The game is over, and all we're waiting now is for one particular mad lad bug to decide that silo is his cuisine of choice, and to chew up the objective of the game, the one thing you must protect at all times. The rocket silo. It's just a matter of time, isn't it? The starter, a rock belt, followed by some undergrounds, as an aperitif, a gazpacho of gun turrets, a brief palate cleanser of coal, and the main course, the rocket silo, followed by a nuclear dessert, is on the cards. And I think I did that reference justice just now. Calipher Bop goes down, tries to run at the bugs. The bugs are escaping away from the main objective. Guys, you have a table reservation. 3 bosses at the silo at 7 o'clock. Okay, they've gone on a drunken red wine rampage. It's probably not going to be them. It might be these guys. Somebody has booked a table at the silo for a main course dinner and a nuclear dessert. And I don't care who arrives at my restaurant, but I'm serving them that. I don't really want to zoom out from here because I don't want to miss. Is anybody coming from the... They're coming from all angles. Here we go. Just because. Fuck that. Fuck that electric bulb. A tasty califer pop goes down as large behemoths flood the south space. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes into the game. Zero Sun goes down as well. Another 1,000 science flask gets thrown across. And the silo is vulnerable as waves and waves, as a bachelorette party of behemoths descend upon my humble restaurant. It's the Spitters that arrive at the table first for their silo main course, followed by their nuclear dessert. I've been Ghosty, and this is GG. Well played, everybody. Remember, after all, it is just a game. So we say GG's. We don't say easy. Why would you say easy? This was tough. This was hard from both teams to play. But I feel like the North just had everything they needed, and they progressed as you'd expect. Very well, very professionally, so. Just because you lose a game does not make you a loser, by the way. We just misplaced our efforts. We deferred our success. And that was the kind of the game I thought we'd have after the 2 hour mark. It didn't seem like the South had enough stuff. So yeah, thank you for the commentary. I'm trying my best to get better at the commentary stuff. One question I do have, guys, before we go, is who do we raid? Who do we raid? I want to raid somebody. Do you have any friends that stream at the moment? Is there anybody that has like one viewer that we can all turn up and say hello? Is there anybody like that? Let's raid Anti-Patience. Do you guys know about Anti-Patience? He runs some ridiculously difficult scenarios in Factorio. So if you want to continue watching, oh yeah, let me do the prediction. Sorry, dude. Yeah, I always forget this. We will do our prediction first, and then I'll be able to escape. All right. So somebody won a lot of pot noodles, and we're about to find out who. Manager. And yeah, thank you for joining me, as always. It was a 50-50, so somebody's going to win. North one. Choose the outcome. Complete the prediction. Yeah, thanks for joining me again. I'll be streaming a little bit later on in tonight. I'm going to be streaming some Witcher 3. But for now, we're going to raid somebody. So let's do that. Let's the raid button. Yeah. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a really good weekend. I'll be firing the stream back up in about half an hour to an hour, and I'm going to start playing The Witcher 3. Don't feel like you need to come and watch me. And remember to say hello to Anti-Patience. He's a great guy, great streamer in the community. So have a good rest of your weekend, and I will catch you in a bit. Goodbye.